not going to have much of a choice. Edward Gaming starting off on the attacking side, and you see a bit of a lean towards A short already. And you have most of the controllers, I mean, 2/3 of them, are playing right in the same space, Sean.
Yeah, look at the little trap set up here by Loud. They're going to triple play on short A. Nobody's flash goes into showers to clear it, so the one way that Sadok threw in showers is worthless right now. And you can see right now, they're just sniffing out the map, trying to get a feel for what Loud is trying to accomplish with their defensive setup.
Yeah, it's actually such a benefit. We just saw Tui's refresh that smoke. And that's one of the benefits of running a triple controller comp is that you can invest those early and know that you still have control elsewhere. Now a second smoke used towards showers. You see the nade out as Kawanzin has to take a slight step back. Still no commitment. Dude, they drew that out so well.
Out, and now short A is wide open. Kong gets a free sight. Nobody right behind him. This is going to be a very, very difficult retake right now for Loud, Doug.
Also really surprising. I mean, you seldom see a team of Loud's caliber get manipulated the way that they just did. And you've already got Kong who's pushing up in spawn. Howdong gets a spike down. Nobody's there to help. That flash is going to be huge, but is the timing right? Are they going to peek on the other side of it? Yes, they are. A couple of kills going in favor of Loud, though. That's massive. They're going to continue to push forward into pipes as well. Just Chichu and Howdong remain. Can they hold the line? Can they keep the spike up? Howdong has done well as he gets two, leaving things in a 1v2. Chichu by himself, and he has been a fiend this tournament. But Tui's with 3, and Loud get the pistol.
And they're going to give that defuse over to Tui's, Doug. That's 4 orbs for the Brimstone on a very, very unlikely retake. Maybe a bit of overheat into spawn right there coming out of EDG.
So early, too. You make a really good point. For him to be more than halfway to his orbital strike in round 2 is just dumb.
I think that's one of the best ults available to this team right now. So, yeah, having 4 orbs going into this potential eco round right here, and I say potential because having a Reyna that can flip the script here, I think this is a very winnable round for EDG.
2 Sheriffs on their side, and then just Classics the rest of the way. No armor with it either.
Again, the stall coming out of these controllers at the A site. This was something Na'Vi struggled with early on in the game against Loud. But there's the Reyna already at 150 with the Sheriff. And that's what I would say. I don't think these controllers want to fight in this A site. The goal is to stall, stall, stall. And that's why I love the Reyna pick. I can tell they're going to totally disrespect these smokes.
Kong is already up to his antics. There have been so many discussions around him individually and how he has really high highs, but he's had some low lows this tournament. I think for this series in particular, he has to play well.
Very powerful setup entering this stage of the round here, Doug. They have long B control, and if you notice, the solo initiator is lurking by the showers TP. Nobody frequently has lurked on all of the maps, but if they feel like there's a B stack going on, they will pivot to nobody. Nobody's sniffing things out right now, and there's the rotate.
What was the cue, though? I don't know what they saw, but Loud decide to slowly start to rotate over, not fully convinced of what's happening on the other side, and look at how far up Aspas is. Oh my goodness, he's behind them.
30 seconds left.
They're going to get the spike down, but if there's no awareness of what's happening in showers, they could be in some trouble. Howdong's going to be the first to peek. Nothing but a classic.
Oh,
what?
No. And Chichu is on the Giga Lurk right now, Doug. This is a nightmare for Loud.
I still don't fully understand how we got that kill. Kong pushing forward. He's going to clean up Kawanzin. They're going to draw out the orbital strike. Les gets it to half, but it doesn't matter. And I love the investment of the ult that early because you know you still have so much half to play for. You're going to get another one up.
How insane. We were talking about Tui's orbital strike, and Howdong is the one that ends up popping it on the second round after losing the pistol. Oh, ridiculous round coming out of EDG with very, very minimal investment.
Such a good opener. Kong getting 2 kills, actually a third once he's upgraded to the Spectre. That's huge.
Okay.
And going into this round now, they have a huge economic advantage. They're going to try to punish this B site. They use the same thing against Billy, the stim peek on dry peeking this.
They're going to try to go fast off of this. Amali's going to keep him back for just a moment.
Oh, they're sending it.
And it's just pistols on the other side, too. Very reminiscent of the previous round. But they've all rotated so quickly, Sean. Loud's already here, and they don't have hookah control. That paranoia, Smoggy's going to have to delay for just a moment as Howdong getting first. Kawanzin getting bested. Those pistols are just not enough in that situation. A Prime Gaming Flawless comes through for EDG.
Can you believe that a flawless round just now went in EDG's favor? Even though the score is 1-2 right now, Doug, I feel like they've strategically won all 3 of these rounds so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. To go back to the pistol, I mean the opening of the pistol.
Yes. Loud has been outplayed in all 3 of these rounds thus far, but you could see the goals of this Omen there. You could see the smoke coming in front of the site that allows the defenders to flood out in. That doesn't matter if you get shot in the head.
Right, yeah.
As one of the analysts has famously said. Ooh, that's a nice one-way right there coming out of Sadak on short. Again, just trying to stall out this A site. We have a smoke by Showers from the Brimstone. Aspas manning that area of the map. Eventually, I'm sure nobody's going to use some util, sniff out Showers, and that's when, again, you know, they're going to go into this split on A most likely.
Deep flash out, Konkon getting another kill, but the peak, the re-aggress from Tui's gets the best of them.
And just now, what happened on the B side of the map, Kawanzin threw a guiding light down. It actually caught Chichu. So they're aware of someone being down low B.
I really like what they just did with the Trailblazer, though. Sense it through Teleporter to catch, make sure there's someone playing Showers, too. They just got a lot of info.
I don't think it matters, Doug. They're too late. Two people are stuck right now in you, and they just got to hold this down. They're stuck.
A flashback sight. They're starting to feel some of the pressure. That orbital strike now coming online. Howdong, are you going to be able to get out? No. Tui's got some Chichu and Nobody, the only 2 that remain. In a 2v4. What a miracle this would be. Nobody's gotten them just a little bit closer. Chichu still playing his life, still being cautious about it, playing U-Haul. The spam through, Nobody not able to connect. It's all on a Chichu, a 1v3 with nothing but a Spectre. You know, maybe he plays time, but he has no mollies. He's got some utility, but they're just going to hold it. Really, no reason not to. Tui's gets it to half. As the wall goes down, Chichu gets it to just 1. Tui's holds it a fuse, and we're tied at 2 apiece.
Huge hold on that A side by Aspas and Tui's. So much pressure coming in. It was a 4-on-2. The extra players coming from B, stuck behind 2 Brim Smokes from Spawn and Heaven. And they did it. The orbital strike again comes in huge. That ult will have tons of value throughout this game, and the 2 used so far already in 4 rounds have won their rounds respectively.
See what the buy looks like here. Konkon has an op. He is invested. Reyna attacks that. Oh, he sold it. I've been trolled for just a little bit.
Looks like for the first time, Hong Kong wants to get some Showers control. So they're going to try to disrespect this Brim Smoke over here. And this is something I kind of figured they would go for.
The question is, do Loud pounce?
Great counter molly right there from Tui's. I think EDG realized that a lot of these rounds previously, there was no one behind that smoke. This was the perfect adjustment round for Loud.
Whoa.
Oh, man, we've seen Sadak tear people up with this judge.
What are you up to here? The dog's going to clear him. Oh. Not much more info found, though.
Les here holding Hookah, about to make contact.
I mean, he just got obliterated. 18 HP. And yeah, Kawanzin's there to heal, but they're starting to feel that pressure. They realize that that's where the hit is coming. Can Loud rotate quickly enough?
Les is stalling out the long push on the hit, but it's heavy through Hookah. 4 players coming out of Hookah right now.
Right here.
Backs against the ropes. Can they hold on? They really have no choice but to play life. You see that Lear come through the wall from Hookah, getting first, but Les! What on earth was that? 3 kills for the controller, and he continues to light up the stats. What do they do from here? EDG was spiked down, well out of reach, and a 2v3 has just become a 2v2. Nobody once again trying to equalize. The Paranoid to delay for just a moment. There's a swing. Aspas gets the best of him. 13 seconds left, and it all falls on to Chichu. He gets the first. The second is there! Chichu with the Red Bull clutching a massive play to get EDG the lead.
The 2 Vipers now absolutely popping off. Les, he was the key player actually in that comeback against Na'Vi, holding down the B site almost every round. It looked just like this, Doug. But Chichu was not on the opposing team in that game, and this was an insane play that was totally unread by Loud. Wow.
And he just diffs Aspas at the end, too.
Oh. Chichu here gonna smoke long. So instead of the Viper starting by short A, the way EDG plays this is they use their poison orb to block vision from the defenders and essentially wash out the smokes on this region of the map. Chichu controls it very, very well. In the meantime, Smoggy will often work up Hookah, while the other two will end up working Showers or Short A, which they're opting for Showers here.
That op that we talked about a couple of rounds ago, now in the hands of Kong.
Oh, he's just got to contact this. I don't know if Loud's going to read this. This is a very difficult read.
I mean, Tui's just playing a little bit further back. Maybe some suspicion.
Oh!
A clean snap up from Kong. And the Lyra too, and that's going to draw the rotates.
Oh, they're going to pop here.
Yeah, EDG are not in a position to flip the map. Sonic has to go aggressive here with the Bucky and try to catch a free one through the smoke. You've got the mollies, you've got everything to delay, and Sonic pounces on it. Upgrades a weapon, but clothesline by Chichu on the other side. What? What an ult from Aspas as well. 3v3, 41 HP. And you hear the Rain ult has been used. Is it going to matter? Aspas with the first, not able to clean up the second as Chichu counters.
The pit goes down though, Doug, and that's going to slow things down a little bit right here. The spike getting planted by Kong.
Spike planted.
Kawanzin is so far away too, and he has nothing but a ghost, Sean.
He has one flash, and the counter pit. I was wondering if it would come out, and here it is. Flip a coin, Doug, it's time.
Mess of a situation. Can Kawanzin upgrade a weapon? I think that's key here. What utility do they have? A flash for the sky? Kong's pushing forward though, of course he is. And we wouldn't have it any other way. 2 Vipers left, Chichu and Les.
Chichu dropped his pit.
Chichu's so far back. Les just has to take a gamble. I mean,
That's the info Les was looking for. He knows now Chichu's in
but
shower.
he's pushing him. He's pushing him. Is he gonna have enough time for the defuse? I think he is. I think he's gonna be just fine.
It's so close.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Chichu, what a play!
What a play by Chichu. Just milliseconds away from Loud actually ending up in such a strong situation in this game. But no, and the timeout comes in from Fraud.
How close was that? 0.15. I mean, that's not the closest we've had this tournament, but it's pretty freaking close.
Really doesn't get much closer than that. You can see, I think after a round like that, if you're coaching Loud right now, Fraud, he just needs a breather. The rounds are just slipping out of their fingers. They're making decent adjustments now throughout this game so far, but you don't want the wind out of your sails this early into the half. This is a very pivotal timeout, and Loud, they will have a bye coming out of this, but it's not the best.
Yeah, it's going to be spotty for sure. I think on the other side for EDG too, they're doing so many things well that are just working. We've talked a little bit about the Showers pressure and how they've been able to create some space around that. Kong on the Reyna has found value. The attack side op has already made an appearance once, but Chichu, man. Chichu has just been an absolute menace.
I truly believe he's been the star player, actually. When watching EDG throughout this tournament, Chichu has had some monstrous clips for this team. But I think that what we really should be looking out for this round is, does Hadong obtain this orbital strike? Does Kawanzin get Seekers? Those are really pivotal plays right now in this particular round. The fight for Showers begins here. This is the adjustment from Loud coming in. They're going to get a smoke from Sadak and the Brimstone and the Raze. Aspas and Tuis will challenge this orb.
The odd thing is, it's neither of them who are super keen on getting the orb. They just want to deny it from EDG.
You can almost feel the fear right there. One flash causes the Brimstone Molly to come out. That doesn't normally happen when you watch Loud, Doug. They normally sit on that Brim Molly. That's a super important stall piece of utility, but they don't know what EDG is going to go for. They believe EDG to be a very, very aggressive team. And they're right.
Yeah, the flash from Kawanzin down long is going to get some info. Gotta do something to fill the void here, the lack of information, as the paranoia creeps in.
Launching smoke.
Like, they're about to pounce on the weak side right now. Aspas is rotating. He just used a satchel to get here quick enough.
He's got to be convinced of what's happening on the other side because they ulted as well. Sada canceled it out, goes all the way to the other side of the map. Meanwhile, Chichu just died on the other side. They tried applying pressure from opposite sides of the map, and Loud's been able to hold it all back.
Huge rotate right there from Aspas. You could see the snake bite on the ground over there by Octagon. Absolutely stalled out the hit. And most importantly, Tui's won the fight in Showers.
Yeah, that was enormous.
They could no longer take that teleporter and feel safe about it.
Nobody in a 1v3. He's got Spike in hand. We've had some outrageous moments. This might take the cake if he manages to pull this off. He's gonna have time to plan it, Sean. Oh, it was just a fake. Oh, Aspas satchels forward, calls him on his bluff and drops nobody. There was a window there where after he got that first kill, I thought get the spike down, you've got a 1v2 and maybe you got a shot at it, but Aspas becomes aggressive and cleans him up.
Caution here.
And now you're looking at, we're past the portion of the game where the game plans are run, right? These are where the teams are trying to feel each other out, really adapting to what one another are doing. Sadak now playing top truck, and again, Loud going with his showers control. 2 is again going to be fighting for this early on, making sure nobody's flash, if it does come through there, gets info. Because if it gets nothing, EDG gets showers for free.
Yeah.
But this is definitely looking like a short A pop.
Kong is nothing but a sheriff here.
Orbital Strike is so crazy with the Leers right now. But no Leers on Kong actually.
Yeah. He's around really close to ult and he just got destroyed. I mean, he's at 1 HP. He just took a lot of damage. You're starting to see the spam through the smoke. They've crept up just a little bit, but they still don't have enough site control to really commit to this. The Seeker's used by Kamanzine as well.
They might push as these smokes go down, dog.
Is that the Q? Is that what they're waiting for? 2E's has already cleaned up Chichu. Kong getting healed up. Back to 100, and it's just a tab. But the longer they delay on this, Sean, I think this is going to become a problem. Les is on the flank. There's nothing to cover it or to clear it right now.
Les is sneaking around right now on market, and he is potentially about to end this round.
Yeah, he very well may do it on his own. There it is. There's the flank. Howdong done, dealt with, obliterated as Les gets a second to swing on the third, and it connects. A prime gaming flawless for Loud.
So patient. The taps from Les. He's so mechanically gifted when you watch him. So calm with the Vandal. And we get our first time out now out of Edward Gaming.
Dude, Les is having a career tournament right now, which is just insane to say. He's so young. He's just so good.
The words on the streets coming into this, dog, were that Les and Aspas were just dropping bombs on people in scrims.
Ooh, and I think the fascinating thing is it's translating.
Yes.
It's not, they're not just scrim demons. We're seeing it in the server. I think I was looking at the stats for the entire tournament. Both of them are in what, top 5?
They are popping off. I mean,
it's just been mad.
Very absent event in Tokyo from both of them, if I'm being honest.
Well, all of them, really.
Yeah, all of them. That was an abysmal event, given the standards that I think we have set from Loud. Previous champions winners. America's winners.
It just seems like such a distant memory right now.
Yeah, that version of Loud is long gone. This new version looks reinvigorated, and I didn't know if they would be able to do it outside of Harbor Viper. They found some new solutions here. Triple controller on Bind. We've only even seen Harbor Viper on one map.
Yeah,
that's
just
Haven, which we could end up getting here.
Yeah. The decider, if we go the distance, and given how things have gone so far, it's a very high possibility. Really neither team willing to fold or give but an inch. You see that wall coming out? Oftentimes you'll see that go through teleporter as NRG pioneered, but the fact that it's not going through teleporter tells me, Sean, that they want to continue to fight for the showers control and have that line.
I mean, there's really no need, though, when you have 3 controllers, right? You got smokes for days. What's the point? But again, the Omen one-way comes in showers. The Brim smoke comes deep short. And Les is over here just stalling out Long B. If you're going to play Loud, you better move at a slow pace.
Which is just so different. Dude, if Kong... Oh, he was given away by the shoulder. What was that? That was so close. And they're going to continue to aggress. They're going to try to take Octagon control. That nade in the lap is they have to reposition, but Smoggy finding one with the Marshall.
He just went right through the snake bite. It's a 3-on-3. This is so winnable for EDG right now. The rotate coming heavy through spawn.
And 2 weapons upgraded.
And Chichu.
The timing that he's going to get.
What is his play?
Can they buy enough time for Chichu's timing to matter?
Does he go spawn here? I don't know if he has time for this.
Yeah, if they don't hold the site, it's not going to matter. They've got to be able to hold the site, and Smoggy's already fallen. It's going to go on to nobody who's already weak. He's got the orbital strike in his lap. He drops.
This is a very difficult read, though, Doug. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if Loud reads this.
But even if they don't, I mean, it's a 1v3 with the Sheriff, right?
Oh, this is really
right?
this.
Okay.
Oh.
The fact that he got 2-3 extra shots off on that last player made me very uncomfortable.
For a second there, I forgot we were dealing with 3 controllers, you know, and I forgot we were dealing with smart players. They like to throw their smokes on top of the spike, which is indeed the play. Keeps the lines open for everyone to protect.
Yeah.
Whew.
I mean, take a look at this again. What was it? Oh, it's just a shoulder, man. It's just a pixel. What did he see? And the way that they're set up, I think we're starting to see some of their approaches, Sean. Kong takes U-Haul, they continue to push down long, and then they can crunch Octagon with the Leer through the wall.
Yeah.
And if they can't get that space with Kong, they're going to have a hard time doing that.
And Kong, he's busted out the off again. I don't know if this is going to work out well for him, though, because, again, we're seeing the double smokes on A. Brim smoke deep short, one-way Omen smoke showers, and Les will stall out long B with these snake bites for days. Chichu playing pitch and catch with the poison orb.
And also, I think countering that flash from Kawanzin. The flash wasn't deep enough. It got caught in the orb, and it didn't get any info.
A lot of pressure put on this B site right there, but it's all a fake. They're trying to pull the third player to B, and they've done it. Sadak has rotated, and now we're looking at a potential 2-on-5 in this A site, Doug.
Kawanzin just flashed again. It was so shallow. They also just trailblazered into sand. Oh, I can't tell if they got much info. Oh, it seems to have been enough. We see Les is starting to consider the rotate already.
Oh, dear.
There it is. Op shot landing on a Sadak.
He doesn't miss those.
No. 1 controller down, 2 to go. Kong still the op, and 2. He just destroys Kong. They're going to have to fight for Showers control, though. Oh, gosh. Smoggy got caught asleep.
Haodong's ult and Brim Molly could be the biggest player in this round right now. Nobody needs this.
Uh-oh.
And he does it.
Where was he going? He was just so aggressive, pushing into the smoke. I don't understand. There's an orbital strike. It's going to buy a little bit more time. But was it used too early?
The Brim Molly is already out.
There it
And
is.
it's missed.
Just a bit.
It's missed.
Do they know, though?
I don't think they've realized yet.
No, I don't think they did. Chichu pushing forward into the face of 2. Haodong trying to swing, and he can't do anything about it. Aspas gets 3. The fuse comes through. Loud with the 2-round lead now.
Oh, EDG with such a good start into this game. You can feel it just slipping out of their reach right now. This is really taking a turn.
4 rounds in a row. And what was it on the other side of the timeout? I think it's kind of just gone sideways.
Yeah, we were looking at a 4-2, 4-2 score line. And the timeout came in from Fraud, and things really turned around at that point. Insane stuff. Another force buy, though, coming out of EDG. I think they need this to build something for the rest of this half. Potentially get a 6-6 end.
Oh, fake teleport? From Sadak?
Yeah, a little shrouded step
Yeah,
as
we
you jump in.
We haven't seen that tech in a while.
I like it. Tui's, though, again, keeping Showers control, deep smoke on short, and that allows Aspas to feel super comfortable about rotating. Loud reading this round well.
Hey, everyone from EDG is here. Yeah, it's a split. Kong has the ult. Does he commit? That nade is good to deny the exit out, but yeah, he does commit to the ult. Smoggy dashing forward, and Aspas drops him. The showstopper not going to connect, but it does deal a little bit of damage now. Aspas still playing in the tin, dropping another as nobody falls. The nade refresh, the kill comes through. Aspas with 3. Finally falls. Kong still in play. He's still got the ult too. Can he 1v2? No, he cannot. It's Kong and Chichu that snatched the round back for EDG.
And that's what we were needing out of Kong. A huge round coming out of him on this Reyna. 2 pivotal kills to keep them in this game. 6-5 is the scoreline. With the Viper's Pit in play, this is going to be really difficult for Loud because they've given up the site a couple times now. You know, I think it's possible that EDG does enter these sites, get the spike down, and with the pit available and the Brim Molly, the Viper snake bites, this is something that can be stalled out for a very long time. Only 1 flash though on nobody right now.
Yeah, just didn't have enough really to go for more. There's that 1 flash. Oh, and it was a fake. It's just delayed. It buys a little bit of time. Nomi reads that so well.
Oh. But he does have the Sky Heal. Heals Kong back up to 100 right here. And Smoggy 1 off of ult, too. They could give him this Showers orb. They could prioritize getting him an orb right now. But look at the setup from Loud.
Yeah,
I don't think they've played this aggressive on long thus far.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't. Meanwhile, EDG have tested those waters so many times.
They're making the right play here, though, Doug. Pivoting back to this A site. They know they have showers control. They're aware of a potential TP play or a re-clear of showers, so they've backed out, kind of enticing a bait play to happen.
Oh, oh no.
Oh no.
He manages to get one. So much more was on the plate. But it just ends up being an appetizer, just a taste. Meanwhile, EDG with numbers advantage, off in the hands of Aspas. And he's rotating through. It's going to be late. I mean, both of them are still sitting on the other side of the map just now. They're going to invest a pit out from Chichu as well. And that pit is going to become so much less effective. Konkon, 39 HP. He drops less, heals up a little bit. Aspas with the op. Upgraded a weapon. And this would be a vintage Aspas round, Sean. If he can pull this off, satcheling forward, still has to deal with the pit. Nobody spotted on the other side, trying to deal with the targets, trying to find which one is right, and he cannot. Nobody with 3, and we're tied at 6.
Unbelievable end to this half, and I wouldn't have it any other way. 6-6, we are dead even. Wow.
We'll take a look at that round one more time, and the fact that Loud put together an unreal streak to get us to that point. Remember, it was EDG who was in control.
Yeah, they were in control in the early part of this game. Loud rallies back into it. EDG, they'll close out the half with 2 huge gun rounds when Loud had a serious economy built.
Such an important round for them to get in the books. We're going to throw it over to the desk to break down that first half. Yinsu, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, this cannot be any closer, 6-6 at the half. But let's take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment here. A whole round, in fact, that ended up Mimi with a massive Chichu clutch.
So I think this is really indicative of this game, where I feel like Loud had great control. It starts off by them using these smokes to hold on to short control and pull out a lot of this Sky Initiator utility that their comp is really good for. You also see here, there's that Brim smoke in the late round to help them flood into B. They have a lot of great ideas with this double controller comp that set them up to win this round. But with 10 seconds left, Chichu comes in, he wins this 1v2 and gets EDG back in control. And I feel like this is indicative of so much of this half, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, insane spray control from Chichu, but you're completely correct. It is essentially a mirror of what happened, I think, because Loud, again, came into this with solid ideas of how they wanted to play with the triple controller, but it came down to clutch, big, individual moments, players popping off, and that's what EDG have done to tie up, essentially, and make it as close as it's been at this half, 6-6, despite the fact that I think Loud do have a slightly better game plan.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there. In the second half, though, I think things get interesting, because this is where I feel like it's a little bit harder to get use out of this triple controller. You can throw down Omen one-ways for extremity control, you can stall out against retakes quite a lot, but I actually think this EDG comp, as it was in the first half, is really good for pushing deep in these late round situations and actually fighting through those smokes to flood retake.
Yeah, of course, the Reyna on the defense as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what EDG and Konkon have cooked up for us. Without further ado, let's get back into game and the second half with your casters. Back to you, Doug and Sean.
Thank you so much, Jinsu. Just a few moments away from kicking off the second half, tied at 6 apiece here on Bind. Loud put together an unreal streak there just to keep it competitive, Sean, because otherwise it felt like EDG was in full control.
It really did, and you know what? I don't think we have much time to talk about it right now, Doug, because I think we're about to see an absolute brawl at this A site. 3 defenders here from EDG, 5 ready to lurk up short A right now, potentially with his Viper wall. Trailblazer goes out. An immediate counter util comes from EDG and lurk in the smoke!
How does he get away with that? He's got the chance for more, not able to connect though. Konkon has shown up. He was at showers early on. The spike is still down. Smoggy re-aggressing, taking the space that was left vacant. And EDG in firm control. Loud just crumble. I mean, you see it, their bodies are littered at the exit to A short. No traction found, no space gained. And Tui's just left to sit and wonder about what went wrong.
Look at the setup, too. On contact, paint shells into showers. EDG really trying to secure this round, but Tui's!
Gosh, Tui's, you gonna pull this off? Ooh. Ooh. That was danger. Danger for just a moment. But when you're down so big in numbers, Sean, it's just so difficult to... you put yourself in a 1v4 like that. It's difficult to execute on.
Really is, and that is so big for a team like EDG to start halves well. It is massive. Getting the operator in Konkon's hands, especially on this defensive half, has to be at the top of your priority list. He's already got the Marshall. I mean, he's going towards shower, and Doug, I think we're about to see a clip.
Well, remember, there was a flash at the beginning of the previous round for this exact spot. But
One
this
way
time
at the
it's
corner.
a smoke. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he does
just
not care.
disrespects it, bro.
Do it again. You know he wants
I mean, he might.
Unreal. Smoggy taking out the solo short A lurker. That leaves only 3 players left, all 3 right here in front of KongKong.
The tough angle. One way subsides. It's
Oh
a
my
no-scope. There are 2 of them. What? KongKong teeing off on Loud. Slaughtering goats like this is an old ritual.
Jesus. Gownsy next in line.
And of course, it's KongKong. Who else? The 4K for him. EDG with the 2-round lead and an excellent start to the second half.
Gun here.
I really don't know the value of it, but I have seen something pop off with this Empress in this tournament. I think he's one of the only players I've seen pop off with the Empress. But it's pretty wild that KongKong has this going into the bonus round right now.
I mean, we talked about in the first half how they were so close to having an orbital strike, but yeah, the Empress takes a little bit less. What a performance out from KongKong.
Huge disadvantage, though, on the guns here of this bonus. Despite having such a good eco round right there.
Be difficult to convert for sure.
Yeah, will definitely be a difficult round here for EDG. Deep brim smoke, and that you can afford to do that with this triple controller comp. They can afford to waste these smokes for map control. They're trying to get a reaction right now out of EDG. Sniff out this setup, really figure out where they are. The Showers reaggress comes in, and Aspas is here with Sadak.
Does he have a Lear? He does. He has 2.
Cover going out.
Sadak has smoked the end of Shower, just like how we saw at Octagon.
Dude, Smoggy has an 8 as well. I mean, as soon as they sniff out, they've got to be careful. Yeah, Aspas, I guess maybe not liking what's happening, not convinced that it's safe. Takes a step back. They're going to rotate back B.
The flash comes through the teleport. I don't even believe it popped, but you could see the idea right there. They were trying to get info outside of that teleporter, and they back off out of Showers. The rotate is coming into B, but I don't know if it'll be here quick enough. Howdong on the rotate right now. Has a molly to stall this out. Oh, this could be bad for Loud, Dog.
It's the first molly already used. Chichu holding on to the second, and there it is. In the face of the paranoia and the nade, they have to take a step back. The delay on this has been so good. They can't easily make their way out. This bonus very well may work off because there's still so much utility for them to play around. 13 seconds left. Oh, the spike's still not out, and it's finally starting to gain some traction. You have the rifle advantage, but can you convert? Chichu with the sidestep, the classic, not connecting. Bonus EDG.
And with that buy, the stall on the B site coming in. Chichu's snake bites were incredible right there.
And honestly, I remember watching Kawanzin with the early flash just to clear Octagon, and I went, that's an audio cue.
Yes.
I mean, you have so much utility that you can use to delay this. I mean, you read that so well.
Yes. And I think, everyone has been a little bit critical of Nobody and his util usage on this solo initiator role.
Yeah.
But right there, I think his guiding light made the play, right?
Yep.
It might not have even popped, but it really didn't matter. They still ended up rotating towards B. The idea was there.
Right back into the action, Loud with 5 sheriffs, just 1 player without armor, and that's Sadak. He's had some massive plays on this very map in this tournament. EDG are just playing in a different form right now.
Interesting idea by Nobody right there, not wanting to use any of his util early. I think he's waiting for this Brim Smoke to go down, get some information in the mid-round. You can see the flash right there outside of Hookah, get some info, and that's going to make KongKong cheat a little bit over towards this B site. Showers control maintained firmly right now by EDG. You see Smoggy holding a super deep line.
Where do they go from here? Flash getting a little bit of info into Showers.
This definitely feels like it's heading towards this A site. And KongKong, again, is making the right decision. 3rd player at this A site. Let's got that!
That's unreal. Smoggy with a really nice trade that we're going to have to see that on the replay. He repositions. That paranoia is going to cause some problems. He's got to push into the smoke, expecting Sadak there. The satchel. Oh my gosh, they walked right by each other. Smoggy had no idea, dealt with assassination style. They've lost control of the site. They've lost control of this round.
And this is a gorgeous post-plant setup. They have the crossfire from bench to default, the swing coming out of showers.
I don't know how to get back into this. It just went from bad to worse.
I don't think they do, Doug. I think this is over.
Chichu 1v4, 2 rifles on the other side. Sure, Aspas is weak, but when you have no idea of where he is, what are you going to do with it? A MasterCard Thrifty for Loud as they punch back.
Okay.
Wow. Just when I thought Loud is potentially out of this game, they come in and get the MasterCard Thrifty. Aspas now having the showstopper in this full gun round. This is going to be a wild round. Buckle up, because we have the Orbital Strike on Haldong, we have the Empress and Op on Kong. And I think we're going to see a double satchel ult coming out of Aspas right now. Super heavy play towards long B, potential stim peek on long, catch someone off guard, and that's where the Op is.
They're ready for it. That flash, Kong takes the line, but a second flash, but he's quiet with it.
So smart. Doesn't want to give away that the Op is in play. And the jump spot coming out of Chichu, it's a bait. The way they set him up for these shots, Tui's is in big trouble here.
Can he connect? Yes, he can. Tui's again betrayed by just a pixel. How do they stabilize from here? You see Sadak is taking some space towards showers, but what else can you find? The spike just now scooped up. Les creeping forward. You've got a couple members here. He's knifed out. He's knifed out.
I think he even knifed Smoggy once, but it just wasn't enough.
For Loud, I mean, this round just feels so labored.
I think it really hurt them losing Tui's like that. He has a really strong off angle, but that's the kind of stuff Kong has been known to punish. So quick on the trigger.
30 seconds left.
This round's looking all but hopeless here for Loud. They're looking for a pick, but I don't know if EDG is going to even give it to them.
Oh, dire straight here as Kawanzin drops.
Oh no!
Haldong, what have you done, Sean? Kawanzin with 2 massive kills, nobody plucking Aspas out of the sky.
The Seeker, he's following it.
I mean, he's got to be careful here. He's here by himself and he falls. The rotations are coming through. Kawanzin, 15 HP.
7, 6, the Op is rotating.
Oh, just barely missing. Spike planted. Sunk into the soil of the site. Kawanzin with 4. Chichu's going to have to 1v2 this if he wants to pull this off. Kawanzin, 15 HP. The flash to take the line. Can Kawanzin pull it off? Yes, he can. The ace for Loud.
It looks so improbable.
He had 15 HP on that last fight.
From the 3-on-5, Kawanzin busts up short A, gets 2 picks, pops the Seekers, follows them for the 3rd, takes out the 4th. That is an insane round from the young talent on Loud.
I mean, he was dropping on that first. I don't know how he destroyed nobody there the way that he did, but this right here, I mean, the freaking fadeaway. What a shot. What a play out of Loud.
And right after witnessing that ace come in, has to take the second time out for EDG. That is one that will definitely be a blow right to the gut. EDG, how do they bounce back after that? They're going to be really scraping at the bottom of the barrel if they buy here.
It's mad, dude. Loud, and you know, we've talked about this a little bit. I'm convinced that there's a little extra grit that ends up on a team when you make your way through Group D. Because Loud have had 2 instances now, just in this map, where we go, oh, Loud are done. Right? They're not going to be able to regain their footing. They're not going to be able to reestablish control. And they constantly just refuse to go away.
There's a reason, Doug, why heart of a champion is a saying. And Loud,
Yeah, true.
It doesn't matter that they have 2 new players. It does not matter. They have 0 quit in them. And when I watch them play, they almost never falter in these late game heroics. And the one exception was the lock-in finals. That was the only time that I have ever seen this team crumble in a big moment.
What a disaster that was. Historic. But Loud somehow still looking to fight to stay alive to defend their title.
Get a drop.
Previous champions winners.
We're going to get a fight here in showers. I think Kong's going to try to just immediately get a pick.
Smoggy with the Marshall, but that one way causing problems, and you can't do the same thing Reyna can do in a situation like that. You can't dismiss out. Aspas is going aggressive. He's got the ult. He's paranoid. The ult lands onto Smoggy.
Kong's still up in showers.
How is he still alive? Finally dealt with by Aspas. And EDG, now it's on them to crumble unless Chichu can pull off a 1v4 and get the spike defuse. Two mollies, orb in hand. Kawanzin a little aggressive here on the pop and the swing, and now you see the stack. 3 members here.
Chichu's thinking about it. Does he want to save this rifle into the next round? Concom is only on 500 credits. Like, this would be a huge rifle to save, and no.
Not interested at all.
I think they bought down in such a way to buy actually into this 19th round.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay.
And I want to say Smoggy might have had enough to... Yeah, he did. Okay, smart play by Smoggy right there. The reason why we saw the Marshall that last round, he saved money in the bank to get that operator onto Kong. That's definitely going to be a winning factor here. We saw him open up that previous 3-on-5 at Long B. It's just they couldn't convert it. Where is he going to go for this opening fight now? He wants to go fight out of hookah. Historically, this is a very difficult fight to take in a pro match, but no one, I believe, is going to be there to take. Oh,
he went a little late.
Oh, Sadak
Puts it right between his eyes.
Does the reaction come out loud? Les wants to go through this right now so bad.
Dude, they just invested Seekers too. And every inch that Seekers takes away is just space that EDG's going to fill behind it. They've got him controlled. They've got him corralled. They have him in showers right now. They can't flip the map.
All of the info is in EDG's hands, and Chichu, I think it's on Chichu to not overextend right here, but Smoggy goes through short.
Passes less, gets the kill. And again, you still have to deal with the flank that Chichu's been on for what feels like an eternity. Timing is everything. Aspas falls, all attention turned towards short, and that's when Chichu strikes. You see him creeping forward. He's going to have the spike too. This is going to be the round, Sean.
I don't think Kawanzin has the eyes in the back of his head. He had a crazy three.
Oh, what? What a play! What? Disaster! As everything fumbles. Kong left alone in a 1v2, and all of a sudden, a breath of life for Loud.
30 seconds left.
How does Kong pull this off? He's got to be quiet with it. He's got to be careful. He's got the element of surprise, but Chewy's wise to it. He knows he's there. He's ready. He's got to catch the swing.
Oh, the heel on the Reyna.
Seekers invested too, and look at the reposition out from Kawanzin.
No Lear's here.
Kawanzin creeping forward. Again, quiet on the approach. Not a single sound made, and Kong's gonna stick at the hole. Oh my gosh! How was that not through?
He got that!
How was that not through?
Don't sit
That's
down.
insane!
Show me the bar!
That is an insane round again from Kawanzin, Doug. I cannot believe it. He might have 15 frags, but dear God, these are some of the biggest rounds of this map right now. I cannot believe Loud just stole that round. That guiding light on short. And then this.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Where's the gap? I don't see it. There's no gap there.
You said it yesterday to me. It's better to be lucky than good. I think Kawanzin has proved these both right now.
Blinded.
That is insane.
I mean, for such a pivotal round to go their way. Mere milliseconds, the decider. And now Loud with control. EDG on a weird buy. 2 stingers, 2 pistols, and a guardian for Chichu. Oh, what a turn of events. No real time to dwell for it either if you're EDG, because Loud were already knocking on P's door. The crunch is nice through teleporter.
This is a very weird round right now.
They're gonna flip the map too. I mean, look at Loud.
No way. Do they know Aspas is...
I mean, they know now. Chichu with nothing but a sliver of health, 1 HP, and Aspas still being a nuisance, being a problem. Eventually meets his demise, but through all of that, Loud have taken the spike, and they're going back towards A.
Well, hold up, Doug. I think I've seen this before.
I mean, they've upgraded weapons too, Sean. Kong is a Vandal. Not like this.
The Brim Molly, the Omen Blind. These are crazy pieces of util that could catch people out in the middle of the open, stall the plan. I see how it would be possible.
Discipline is paramount here if you're EDG. The rounds that feel the safest, the rounds that feel the most secure, are often the most dangerous.
Cover going out.
Sadak with the paranoia, snapping onto nobody. He's gonna get so much more of a challenge, and Kong and Smoggy avoid disaster. Tie us at 10, and remember, this was 2 stingers, a guardian, and sheriffs.
That's insane.
Thrifty.
That's actually insane that this is the round EDG wins. But I mean, there has been so many rounds where I feel like EDG has these incredible advantages, and I cannot believe they can't close them out. But then a round like this happens, and you're quickly reminded what keeps this team in the game. It's not the 3-on-5 plays. It's not all the crossfires. It's just incredible little micro plays. The skill across this EDG roster it might be unmatched.
They've gone toe-to-toe with Loud up until this point. We're tied at 10 once more.
The Omen one-way showers again, putting a huge thorn in the side right now of EDG, and the short pop is happening. Omen ult into U-Haul, and the paint shell frag onto Less.
They're gonna fully crunch though. This is gonna be really difficult for Loud. If you don't reestablish Shower's control, I think this is gonna be tough to hold.
I don't know about this Viper's pit right here, Doug. They pit out of Showers. That's an interesting call by Chichu.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But they've got to funnel him out because, again, they don't have Shower's control. Now the pit's going to have to be dealt with. Kamonzine is dropped, so they've got the flank. I mean, they're stuck in U-Haul.
The movement!
They're stuck in U-Haul, but Tui's and Aspas punch back. A 2v2 pit still in play as Aspas drops it with the judge. Smoggy left alone. The Satchel to buy some time to reposition and take a different angle, try to isolate the gunfights. Tui's so weak. Smoggy orbital strike in his lab, has to take a step back, and there's nowhere to run. Loud take the lead once more.
Oh man, EDG from the 5-on-4. Again, these advantageous scenarios, they cannot close them out. They can't do it.
This is mad. Aspas found so much value with the judge. That snap onto Chichu, I mean, secures the round.
I have to question that Viper's pit. I'm not a fan. Just gives free shots, just taking free shots all over. No punish in sight right there coming from EDG. And now Loud look to get on map point here.
They have 2 ults to do with it, and there's one of them. Aspas pushing forward with the showstopper.
So there's no good.
No. Nothing found beneath them.
They've been stuck though.
Oh, that might be exactly what they're doing, Sean. You're absolutely right. Nobody's holding the line. Kamonzine can't find a way out. Octagon's not safe to go through either. That's a fake once more. And look at the rotations. Howdong's already heading back to A.
This is the dream scenario for EDG. They've found the solo initiator. The player that gets the information for this composition. And right now, Loud, they're going to have to take an absolute stab at this. They have no idea what's going on across the map.
Yeah, but you can tell Loud have a plan here.
They left the spike, though. Look where the spike is.
Exactly. Sadak just put the spike down. So remember, they faked the teleport to suggest that they're going back A. They've cut noise. And now Sadak is going to make some presence A.
Oh.
Given that they're down in numbers, given that they don't have an initiator, they have to try to manipulate this and try to marionette their way through the round. But can they do it?
30 seconds left.
Lesh just creeps his way forward, drops
It's on Smoggy. Smoggy.
Oh, he's got too many targets to deal with. He can't.
The player showers. Sadak finds it, and now we're in a 2-on-2. This is anyone's game right now, Doug.
Tui's just so weak. Sadak may be caught with utility out. You got to be careful. The timing's not on your side. Nobody drops him. 10 seconds left. Tui's left in a 1v2 with nothing but a sliver of HP. 11, and that's not going to be enough. Nobody gets 4, and of course, we're tied once more.
Whew. Up by 2 and you win type B, and they're not down. This is just going back and forth at this point. This is insane. The fights happening across the map.
Dude, you called that stuff out of Hookah too, and it was perfect. They couldn't find any space out of Hookah. They couldn't find any space out of Octagon. And that forced Loud into this disastrous situation where they were discombobulated and they were indecisive on it.
Our final timeout of regulation coming in here. Fraud taking one for Loud. We saw what he was capable of in that first half. The adjustment coming in so quick. I am so excited to see what he's calling out of this timeout. I think the B site is shut down for business. If I'm being honest here, Doug, but here's the thing. If I'm after on EDG, I know that as well. And there could be a little bit of reverse psychology. There could be some mind games going on. I think what could happen right now is a potential A fake into a B pop. Just because EDG will believe this is going to be an A round, and they will rotate as if it were an A round. So something like that is definitely in the cards, and it would certainly work really well right now for Loud coming out of this timeout. Les's pit. I mentioned it before. This pit on bind is very difficult to deal with.
We got to take a look at the money situation too, as we're so near the end of this map. Les, we talked about his pit, and fortunately he has the pit, so he can be a little bit safer, but all he has is a stinger.
Some early hookah pressure going to come in right now from Kawanzin and Aspas. I think to his single goal right now is if someone pushes long or a guiding light comes down, get hit by it, make a presence. Nothing does, so he's immediately heading back to this A site. Light hookah pressure. I don't think they have any intentions of going B this round, Doug.
Fortunately for EDG, they have 3 members A. That's where all of Loud seems to be headed.
I think at this point also, EDG has realized Sadak is a solo Showers lurker. I think they're going to take the fight to him right now in this mid-round.
Dude, Smoggy hasn't been cleared either. Sadak gets the first to Paranoia. He somehow eventually dies.
Down A.
Nobody on the regress. Loud just crumble. Wow. They get obliterated as EDG find themselves on map point.
And just like that, they take the lead right at the finish line. But Loud, they played that smart. They left enough in the tank for a bye here on this last round.
Sure.
They purposely half-bought down right there. Kawanzin only with a Guardian. Sadak here missing a Paranoia, which, I'm going to be honest, I think that's a really big piece, as well as a Boombot, a Sting for a lack of a quick long peek. There's a lot of stuff actually missing.
Yeah, you're
look
right.
at Loud's purchases right now. Triple push short. The first sign of aggression comes in the last round.
Kong has an op. You hear it rattled off, sending a shiver down their spine. There's the swing out. Smoggy getting the best of Les. And they take a step back. EDG looking to go for the jugular, but it's countered back.
I think that's a light win for Loud. The 4-on-4. That's going to spread EDG out, and they found the Brimstone. That's the stall in this comp. They don't have 3 controllers.
Sadak has to stay alive here. Sadak has to stay alive. Just narrowly going wide.
And more importantly, though, that keeps Smoggy at this A site. So what is the play from Loud right now? You can see they are just at a snail's pace right now on this mini-map. They are slowly moving towards A.
Meanwhile,
getting so much space in Showers.
Well, he's got to be careful, though. He's by himself. You were mentioning Smoggy a moment ago. He rotated back A.
Oh, the Seekers come out. They're going to know only one player is at this A site. They are going to pounce so fast.
But can he do it again? Op in hand. No! Doesn't even get a shot. Aspas drops him, and now he scoops it up. Loud in a position to take us to OT.
Smoggy showstopper.
And that's really not a surprise. You're right. The nade first. Aspas repositioning. A 3v3. It's just the showstopper. Tui's 1 point away from the orbital strike.
Could be waiting for the guiding light coming in from nobody.
There's the ult. The first clear. You called the flash. Aspas with the clean movement, getting away. Staying alive. Potentially preserving the round as nobody's on the flank. Tui's dropped. And they've got Aspas and Kawanzin corralled. There's nowhere for them to go. Smoggy with 4 and EDG take bind.
Oh my goodness. What a map from EDG. I can't believe it. After losing all of those advantageous scenarios, wasting ults, it doesn't matter. You get shot in the face, you die. You die, Doug. That's how this works. This is an FPS game.
Freaking A, Bren was right.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Map 1 going in favor of EDG. Ascend on the other side. We'll be right back.
When you play an actual ranked game, it's 50 minutes, but how much are you actually shooting? With Aim Labs, you can compete in over 1,000 tasks that will prepare you for any scenario in any game. For the new ranked season, you play, you get points, you can compare yourself to your friends. With Aim Labs' new one-to-one Valorant maps, you get instant feedback on how to get better crosshair placement, better peak efficiency. You can also instantly modify existing tasks with Discovery. Get started today by downloading the Aim Labs for free and join millions of other satisfied players.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings.
Thank you very much. Paper Thin here with EDG's coach after taking map number 1. Now after, I just want to ask you real quick, you guys are on the precipice of getting to your best finish ever at an international event. What's it going to take to finish the job here today?
现在 EDG 距离自己的国际赛事最好成绩又近了一步了。你觉得为了达成这样的一个目标，还需要做什么呢？
我觉得我们其实在第一张图还是葬送了很多优势局，其实只要把这件事情做好，我们就可以拿下胜利。
I think on map 1 we definitely lose some rounds that we had advantages. So definitely if we can fix this, I think we can pick up the win.
All right, great. Well, congratulations and good luck on the next map. EDG looking to close it out 2-0. Back to you guys.
They're looking to repeat history here at Champions. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Yingsu. I'm here with Mimi and Brent. Honestly, for a while there, I thought Loud are going to take this. They looked really good as the half switch. But Mimi, talk me through, how did EDG win that in the end? What happened?
Fantastic question. I've been wondering myself what the answer to that one is. It was a ridiculous game all across the board that I think was defined by both teams for little mistakes or little step-ups in the late rounds. They were pushing people over the line. Sidhawk pulling out a smoke backside. Nobody pushing through a smoke dry and winning rounds. It was a game that I think in the first half was a lot about the strategy and the comps. But this second half, I think a lot of it came down to these crazy clutch situations. And that's just where EDG is excellent.
Where they thrive. It really is where they thrive. And those little missteps that just got them over the line on top of it. But also, I think Loud kind of ran out of ideas and gas a little bit as well on their attack side towards the later end of things. The composition for triple controller, it encourages you to slowly take that map control, over time. You don't really have those big pieces of util to try and, rapidly try and accelerate over towards short or whatever. I mean, maybe you got the paranoia, but really you're missing some other pieces if your initiator's not on point with it. And they really did struggle, I think, as well. They were getting bogged down consistently. Chichu just saving. He had double snake bites in multiple instances where he was just bogging them out, got an absolute chokehold and just buying time for the rest of the team.
Yeah, and also, of course, the debut of Kongkong's Reina. What did you guys make of it?
I thought it was really good. I mean, it's just a role that makes sense for this guy. He's dropping 300 ACS. This guy's ridiculous. You set up that he's probably going to op a lot, and he did. And I thought they used it really well on defense, using their Viper utility to get him forward on angles to get a lot of critical opening picks. And on the attack side too, playing with when he's opping, when he's not, and really forcing Loud to kind of play with expectations. And I was really impressed by that. I thought it was very well called by Haodong into when they were using the op, when they weren't, and where they were positioning it.
That was my big point, is actually using that, because so many teams are just counter-striking now, checking the money, holding tab, looking at how much they've got in the bank, and expecting an operator every single round that Kankan can afford it. And when they were mixing in the rifle rounds and still playing slowly, it conditioned your opponents to think, guys, they're contacting with Kankan with an operator in this round. And there were those early instances where they had the rifles in hands, and they were still making the plays, and they were getting away with murder. Didn't have to use any util to scale up effectively into certain areas. Really good map overall by EDG, really nice clutch moments, and I do wonder which direction the series is now going to go into, because I do think, again, still, this map pool does favor Loud as we get deeper and deeper into it, especially looking at Ascent and into Haven.
Yeah, and speaking of Kongkong, here he is in the Aim Lab shoot around. Of course, going on to the second map, we're probably going to get the Aspas versus Kongkong Jet v Jet battle.
Yeah, I think we should expect it. And it's going to be great, because already the battle between the two was excellent. People have been critiquing Aspas about his play on other agents besides the Jet, in particular particular at Tokyo, but I thought he's been great on pretty much every agent thus far here, and it was no different on the Raze. But still, that Jet is always going to be his starring role. This is, though, where Loud should feel comfortable. They've always been great on Ascent. It's always the map that they can go to in these late games to close out series. But for EDG, I actually have liked some of the things they're showing on their Ascent thus far. I think Haodong as a caller, again, has gotten a lot better at mid-rounding on the attack side as of late.
They're really proactive, actually, I think, as well, in terms of how they play the map and trying to take space actively to try and get that mid-round information to play off of. So I do wonder, you know, when Frod was talking about the amount of preparation they've done ahead of this match and the amount of VODs they watch their opponents, I wonder how much of that does come down to Ascent, because if they can catch that out, if EDG end up trying to, you know, re-clear for space in the mid-round portions on the defense side a lot more, they might have something in terms of just a read to be able to shut that down pretty heavily.
Yeah, and speaking of Frod, he is standing by right now with Paper Thin. Let's see what he has to say ahead of map 2.
Paper Thin back again here now with Coach Frod from Loud. Tough loss there on map number 1. What's the message to the team going into Ascent to help get them to slow down and maybe take down EDG coming into the next map?
Just stick to our guns. I mean, we have a good understanding of how they like to play. We've practiced a lot against them as well. So for us, it's really just focusing on some of the things that we spoke about and just playing with a little bit more, I want to say discipline, but just being a little bit more communicative and smarter towards the end of the rounds because they tend to slow things down. So we just got to, you know, come out shooting and hopefully we take this win.
All right, Grell, good luck on the next map, brother. We'll see you later. Take care. All right, well, that is Loud's Coach Frod. We're going to throw it back over to you.
Thank you very much. They do have a great chance on Ascent, but Mimi, what did you make of what Frod had to say there?
I think the biggest issue there, he's spot on. It's the late rounds, and it's Loud making, I think, some individual mistakes, some mistaken coordination. We started the day by really bigging up how good Loud has been in those moments with the coordination, but I felt like players were going off, trying to make an individual play, and at times it was working out for players like Cow and Scene. There's also a lot of rounds where someone's dying for no reason, things are slipping away, but like the casters were talking about, if there was a team to bring things back, it'd be Loud. They're great in these elimination moments, and the Prime Game Agent Select, no surprises.
No surprises. I oohed because I was like, ooh, normal. It's normal comps. No switch-ups.
I mean, it's Ascent, right? We do get a lot of these normal comps.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down to, again, just the reading the tendencies that Loud have on EDG. Like I said, they get proactive on their defense side with a lot of the clearing, but one of the biggest highlights of this has to be, again, that Kang Aspas Jet head-to-head, that battle that's taking place. This is an elimination game. It's for top 4. It's for really going the distance that EDG have never gone before. A finish in this tournament, or at least a minimum finish that really they've just been setting their sights on from the get-go.
In Tokyo, beating Loud was the catalyst for EDG to start the run at a global event where people really believed that they could do it, that they could compete for trophies. If they could do it again here, against a Loud who is in much better form, against a Loud who a lot of people predicted to be a top 3, top 4 team in this event, I think that's the moment where EDG goes from a breakout contender to someone who you can actually start to consider for a trophy.
I mean, it's the same thing for Loud. When this roster formed, you know, everybody had really high hopes of them. They won Americas. They are the defending champions here in this tournament. They have to win this map if they don't want to be eliminated right here, right now. Doug and Sean, let's see if we can indeed go the distance.
They say, Sean, that history has the tendency to repeat itself, and EDG find themselves in a position once more to do something outrageous to Loud, and that's eliminate them from a global tournament when nobody expected it.
Thank God they got off that breach comp, because I couldn't imagine seeing Sadak breach all of EDG and nobody get a 3K, because that's what happened in Tokyo, and it made me vomit in my mouth. But here we go, Loud. They are really poised to fight in the middle of the map right now. This is going to be a very, very aggressive pistol round. Turret holding B contact by less. And you can see right now Sadak leaning a little bit towards A with an early knife, and that's going to allow 4 players to fight in mid. Does Aspas actually go up the catwalk here though, Doug? This is...
I wouldn't think so. But we'll see. EDG on the attacking side. See the bides. 3 ghosts for the aforementioned. While Loud have 3 ghosts of their own.
Oh, the turret doesn't spot.
Dude, that's no way. How? That's so close. Chichu's waiting just on the other side of it. Aspas with the crosshair train. Trigger aches for the touch, and it's not connecting.
Aspas.
That paranoia is so good, but the dart is better. You're absolutely right. And they're going to continue to brawl through tree. The dash forward up from Hong Kong, and he decapitates Sadak.
What an amazing tactic to bust open the quad
Spike
mid-stack.
Last player standing.
I mean, this has all the makings of another flawless round, and that's exactly what it is, Sean. A prime gaming flawless for EDG as they open up Ascent with a bang.
I don't know how that turret wasn't spotting the cat. It looked like a disaster in the making.
Well, what's mad too is that they didn't even really capitalize on it at first. You saw the first shots were a little wide and they don't connect, but then the pounce is just so good.
Turret 5'11", definitely not 6 feet.
Definitely not. You see the buyout from Edward Gaming. Bulldogs, a Marshall. Well, there was a Marshall. And then a Guardian in the hands of nobody.
And this is the base setup you're going to see a lot here on Ascent. The Omen and KO both starting towards this A side. Omen can stall this out very good with a one-ways at A main. The shift actually coming in from Loud. They're reading a B hit, and boy, are they right.
Where's Choo-Choo's turret? Ah.
It's a very interesting turret.
Yeah,
They're
it is.
playing it off of it for the push. Here comes the B hit, and they're going into all 5, Doug.
And 2 of them still haven't joined on the side. If they can find a timing to pop out from the smokes, this could be everything. They've got a flash that they can swing out with. Kawanzin able to hold the first with the work falling, and then you see the kills just trading back and forth. Hong Kong pushing forward, 3K on the round for him, but unaware of where Les is. And of course it would be a Les round if he can pull this off. 1 bullet, 1 target. Can it deliver? Les on the snap, and no. Smoggy drops him. EDG get a second.
Woo. 1 bullet. Smoggy at 19 HP, and he just hits him with the swing. Ooh, dodges that shot. Felt like I was watching Nia right there for a second. That was so dicey for EDG. Now their bonus, dude, not looking very powerful.
No, but again, that swing, bro. That's so bold.
That's very, very bold given his HP right there. Kawanzin with this Odin on B. We see it all the time, playing off of the turret. So turret makes contact, he Odin spams everyone to death. Also has this dart, and Aspas with a super advanced positioning. So turret first contact, Aspas second contact, Odin spamming also. That's a pretty ridiculous setup on B.
And EDG seem to at least suspect what might be waiting for them on the other side. They also just invested the dart towards B. They're not going to take the space, but
Doug, this is,
off of that, they
this
can
is all
flip.
it's Sadak. The molly to stall out the hit, but Hong Kong's way past that.
He's through. He's paranoid. How did they not see each other in that situation? Hong Kong is taking so much damage. 4 members of Loud are here. Remember the gun advantage that they have. It's just 2 rifles in the hand of EDG. Hong Kong lit up. Kawanzin pushing forward with the Odin, and they're able to keep them back. What? Ooh, Chichu nicely done to get 1, but that's all it's going to be. Loud flood out towards A.
Such
punch back.
a well-played round by those 2 players on A. It looked very scary. When Hong Kong got past the KO molly, the fragment grenade, it looked like it was a coin flip at that moment, but the stall smoke on site, the spray to stall them out also at the door, allowed the rotate to come in heaven. Really, really well played by those 2. Again, Hong Kong still 1 off of Blade Storm, so this is a pretty good buy for EDG with another punchy round at very least after, even if they were to lose this round. Dart to clear out mid, smoke on Cat, and Hong Kong has a lot of pace going up mid right now.
Les has to be careful here. The knife tags him, the alarm bot is cleared.
That's a lot of info. They know that the KJ is inside right there of Market. Hong Kong breaks the alarm bot, and you can see what it does to the rotations. It forces Sadak to rotate over towards spawn, makes the A site weak, and that's what gets the one-way on Cat out of 2Es.
There's a lot of info that Aspas' position is getting right now. He was able to take the deep line into Wine.
Ooh.
Hold A main, but they want to end back B.
Yeah, look at Adong's smoke at the door of A. Pull Sadak back to A, and now we're in a mid-B split. They are hitting a very weak B site.
Remember Loud and how fast they were on their flood in the previous round, and yeah, that was with a gun advantage, but this time it's going to be a little bit more delayed. They haven't rotated quickly enough. Kawanzin trying to delay the push, and if it's not going to be by utility, it's going to be by the Odin. Hong Kong already dropped, looking for the swing on the second. He's flashed, he's dead. Smoggy with nothing to do there. A great flash out from Sadak. And Kawanzin's already gotten a third. This spam is just so oppressive, Sean.
They had the right sight. They did all of the right things. But they could not account for Kawanzin in this Odin. Spots the two coming up. Lane.
He's got a little help here. 63 HP, he was able to reload, and really the onus is on EDG with just 10 seconds left. They've got to clear what's happening backside. The dart swings out, Haodong's already dropped, nobody with nothing but 12 HP. Clock is going to expire, see if he can take any kills with him. No, he cannot. We're tied at 2.
Loud played that masterfully.
I mean, Kawanzin was a legend.
Yeah.
His hold back on site was everything.
The rotate was able to come in. They lived backside for so long. A stall smoke as well coming in from Tui's. And you couldn't draw up a better B-hold than that, given the fact that their rotations were absolutely shredded by EDG. Like I said, you know, even though EDG lost that round, this is still a very winnable Thrifty right here for them. Kongkong's gonna pop this Blade Storm really early.
They've got 4 sheriffs. I mean, I feel like you're selling me a little copium here, but I mean, I'll take the bait a little bit. We'll see if what he can do with the blades.
He's taking the fight to Sadak right here. I think this fragment grenade will not slow him down in the slightest.
I mean, we saw it a couple of rounds ago, right? He just dashed forward, but he's already taken so much damage. Remember, that's such a key to their success in this situation, too. It's just blades, the sheriffs. It's all about catching somebody slipping, right? Trying to catch a timing. You see nobody there trying to catch some space off of the drone.
No one's rotating right now into defender spawn, and that leaves everything wide open right now for Kongkong. He is on a mission right now.
That's a gun.
That's an up.
Yeah. Is that really what you want in this situation, though? It is Kongkong, though, so we'll see. Les has already dropped 2, and he may just make that a non-factor.
Last player standing.
Right, a 1v4 with the op. Not happening. Not happening this time. Kawanzin is, I feel like he's tallied up close to what, 10 kills in the last 2 rounds? Maybe not quite 10, but pretty close to it with the Odin by itself.
Yeah, getting the Hunter's Fury online as well. He beat the lockdown coming out of Chichu. And nobody does have the Hunter's Fury to counter out Les's. But do they opt to do that? Sometimes we have seen teams try to use the Hunter's Fury to enter the sites.
Right.
And then they have plans in the mid-round to maybe push the standard lockdowns, right? Push into tree if you take A, push into A heaven, create a lot of chaos. We could see something like that coming out of this timeout.
And we'll see what the play is. Again, EDG calling their first timeout of the game. Kawanzin has been a pest. So difficult to deal with in these last couple of rounds with the Odin. And mind you, they didn't have a bye in the previous round. So we'll see how things look now. You mentioned the Hunter's Fury that has to be discussed from nobody. They've also got a couple of players on EDG, Sean, that are close to having their ults online. Chichu's very close to his. Smogy's just 2 points off of having his null command. So they have some tools here. We'll see what they do on the other side of the timeout.
Now this is a pretty pivotal timeout. I think EDG's attack side looked pretty good earlier on in this tournament when I watched them on Ascent, but it was a lot of hero plays. Nobody coming out big in some of the really key rounds of the half, like the bonus, the pistol, having ult value. So this is a round I'm looking for him to come online. Standard spread across the map right now for EDG. That's a knife that's going to go above market. It could catch Ospas.
Yeah, he has the op. Is there a challenge? Maybe Kongkong peeks?
He should be holding for this jump spot. He's not going to get it.
Dart not tagging him. There's the knife. There it is. No dash found. Is there going to be a challenge? No.
But very aware of where this operator is, right? It's in the middle of the map. They know to put pressure there. They now know the KO is also on B, so the A setup.
Oh, that was so close. Nobody's got to be careful here. I mean, he took the bait. It was a tantalizing temptation to have Aspas out there to be taken. He just wasn't able to convert on it.
The timings are brutal right now for the players on this round.
These are mad. They're going to push into spawn. Sadak is here. He's ready. He's waiting. Oh, maybe he wasn't ready. First found, the second falls.
How does he get 2?
That's criminal.
And with that, you could see Loud now retreating very, very passively. Tui's up in heaven, along with Kawanzin. Haodong looking for anything trying to create presence, trying to put pressure on this A site. If you look, Smokey has the spike,
30
and
seconds
he's
left.
just praying someone just slips.
Yeah, give him a free one.
Yeah.
Cover going out.
Loud refuses.
Oh, they're just so disciplined. They're going to rotate back towards A, and yeah, the spike is likely going to go down. But you can't imagine it holds on for long.
Spike
Hardong
planted.
has to go massive here in this smoke,
Player
and
standing.
he can do nothing. Smoggy left by himself. He was able to drop the first. A little bit of a bold approach. The second is there. He's got a shot at this. Oh my gosh.
I think he tanked Tui's.
45 HP. Oh, that was uncomfortably close.
I don't even know how that got so close.
Oh. Loud avoid disaster and take the round. I also think, Sean, that was a very important round for Loud because that's now 2 times where we've seen mid presence via the alarm bot being cleared out or by space taken, and Sadak rotates back into spawn.
Yes.
Right, so now he has seen not only is that the correct way to be playing this, but he knows that EDG is going to try to push and take that space.
Yeah, I think EDG's game plan right now might be to take fights into Sadak, actually. Looking at how they're approaching this, it's a lot of mid plays into spawn, mid plays into, you know, cat hits, mid plays into B. And typically they're taking fights to the rotators in those scenarios.
What is this gamble stack from Loud? 3 were towards B, and Sadak was, I mean, essentially there as well.
Early drone into mid.
I mean, look at how they're poised right now. Dude, you've got Les, who was just playing back in
Look
spawn.
at Sadak's flash.
Sadak
Les will be swinging with this. This is an insane trap play. Chi-Chu is in big trouble.
There's the flash. Oh, there was the swing.
Ooh.
What a setup. Dude, they've got the read on what EDG are trying to do right now.
They do, but this is an A-plow, and Tui's all alone. This is looking like a lockdown retake.
He wasn't alone for long.
Oh, no.
Sadak and Les are already here. And Tui's is able to drop the first on his own.
Yeah, plucked right through the smoke. Another first death going nobody's way. And this lockdown is going to be very, very difficult for EDG to contest.
Oh, borderline impossible. There it is. The lockdown used, Chi-Chu. Everything exploding in front of him. The flash as he tried to get a gift of a kill. Not able to connect. Yeah, but I mean, there's still so many things they're gonna have to deal with. And there's just no way. Kongkong's gonna have to 1v4 to pull this off. They've gotten close to it, and there's just no way to pull that off, though.
The rounds early on for EDG, I can see what they're going for, and their game plans, it's honestly very good. I think what they're doing to Loud's rotations and the sites they're hitting, they're doing it all correctly. But the first deaths going their way, particularly onto Nobody, this Sova roll, are back-breaking on the attack half of Ascent.
The side that's already just so difficult to manage as it is, and you're right, when you lose Sova in situations like that, it's just like playing the half on hard mode. But with all that said, EDG still with 2 and the potential to maybe get to 5 and keep this competitive. They've got to be careful. Flash dart setup, there's the spam. Not going to connect onto anyone. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
That was at B, so it filters the player out of tiles into the second Odin spamming at B.
That's insane,
and then
bro.
Aspas takes the line in mid, but Kongkong's pace right now.
You got to be careful, though, in situations like this. The pressure, the feeling the need to make a hero play. And it doesn't pan out. There's an op there. He knows it now. Somehow gets by. Upgrades the weapon, but these numbers... It's just so difficult to manage the disadvantage when you're in situations like this.
Yeah, that was an incredible opening right there by Loud. The double Odin spam on the B side of the map. You're obviously going to jump away from tiles. You're going to go right into B main, into the second Odin. And then the op in mid is going to take the line. Tui's closing it out. Great support as well, rotating into the site to protect Sadak.
Hey, that's a telestrator round if I've ever seen one.
That was gorgeous.
That's also 6 rounds in a row for Loud. We'll see if we get a replay of it one more time because it was that pretty.
And they're doing it in ways right now that in their prior Ascent games they didn't have, right?
Yeah.
Aspas, not a key factor right now. 3 and 4, has the operator, and he commands a lot of util when they find out where he is. And that's the one thing right now Loud has going for him, just the fact that it's the name. That's a molly to potentially break any turret on this B site, but nothing is there.
Note here too, there's no turret to get contact for Aspas here. He's just up by himself, and yeah, he's got a couple of shocks, but the space given away.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury to push him out of main.
And they're going to try to crunch in through mid at the exact same time. 3 members here. You've got Smoggy who's controlling mid as well. And there's the counter. That should clear things out. Meanwhile, Aspas getting one with the op. There you go. Lockdown clear. Chichu aggressive onto Sadak.
Big fight here for nobody.
But Smoggy was behind him. The mid space that they had spent so much time and so much investment in trying to control.
They're rolling to A now. The spike is going through defender spawn.
And they've gotten the kill onto Tuis. That opens the site so much. You've also got Chichu who's able to control the rotates. Aspas can't find a way out. Kawanzin's left by himself trying to spam with the Odin. There's the dart. That may have hit him. That may have hit him in the face. Upgrading a weapon, but Smoggy's there to greet. What a round from EDG.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That was incredible. I mean, I truly do think EDG has put together a great attack half. Here you can see, you know, they drop that lockdown and they know the Hunter's Fury will come to cancel it out. So they have a lurk coming through market. Simultaneously, they're also lurking into defender spawn. And they're aggressively fighting B as this Hunter's Fury is cast. That was insane, the mid-rounding.
And I think we really have to keep an eye on mid-map even more. We saw, again, how much Loud were insistent on protecting that area of the map. You see why? The one moment there's a slip up there, they punish. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be a factor in this round. EDG, a heavy lean towards A. 3 members of Loud here.
Doug, Kong will pick into this site. Is there a jump spot behind default? Yep. Very hard shot to hit.
That's so difficult. Whoa. That paranoia, though, is going to connect. And he dashes into the cloud burst. So I thought the timing on him was going to be good, but Sadak was there to drop him. Drone cleared out. And now the counter to try to find some space. EDG have not been able to get their way out from main.
I don't know how they get out from this point on. No flashes on Smoggy. They're going to have to shoot their way out.
The tip of the spear has been blunted. But can they find another? Sadak was nuts, but 30 bullets in that weapon. Very nice sidestep to drop and dodge the damage. Couple of members of EDG here threatening. There's no plan B. They haven't taken space elsewhere. This is a full commitment towards A. And Haodong tried catching him, but Tuis was wise to it. Knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, that was the only option right there, is to create the space with the Omen. And Tuis, read that like a book.
Yeah.
What a hold on this A site.
Chichu, what are you up to, man?
10 seconds
What is
left.
this?
Last player standing.
With only a few seconds left, really, in this round, the spike isn't going to make its way out onto the site. There's got a shot. Oh, nobody's aware. Oh, never mind. No, he's not. No, he's not. For a moment, looked back to where Aspas was headed, but just as quickly, he turns away, and a second timeout called from EDG in the first half.
I can respect it. I'm going to be real with you here, Doug. I think they need a couple more rounds on the board here. I don't know if their defensive half is solidified enough to run back. I mean, from here, it could be a 9-3, so they would need 9 or 10 to stay in this game. That's a lot to ask for a team that, you know, doesn't typically enjoy playing Ascent.
Yeah. That's a very good point. That's just such a risky call to go effectively blind without after for the rest of the map. It's a gamble. We'll see if it pays off. Loud's defense has been stalwart. They've only lost 1 round after dropping the pistol and then the subsequent. It's been all Loud, man.
It truly has. And Smoggy, I feel like right now after has to be looking for a play to get Smoggy an orb and plow a site, right? Take all of this util out of Loud's hands. They are stalling them to death when they enter these sites. I mean, we're seeing it every round at A. The KO, the Omen are locking down the site. At B, Kawanzin retreats all the way to the back with less. It is so difficult right now for EDG to hit the second layer of these hits.
Can Loud deny once more on the other side of this timeout? You see the buy for EDG. It's not great. Howdong just has a frenzy.
We might get an Osbos round right here, Doug.
Wait, what is this buy? They're not going to have anything to buy in the next. Osbos, you're right. Another opener with the op. And they still have the alarm bot, so they can fall back and still control this area.
So well done. He falls off of mid, uses the drone to get set up on the B line. The dart comes in. They clear out B main. Less rotating. Knows people are in market. But the frag goes Howdong's way, and he's about to get a 1 again against Sadak, and this could really even things up.
We'll see what they can do. Sadak with the molly and the flash. And then you've got Kawanzin who's controlling the other side. And remember, it is an Odin. Maybe they reaggress
all of this space.
Yeah, dude, they have EDG completely surrounded.
And it's still winnable, though. The 1-for-1 on the Omen that typically is that lockdown player on the A site.
Aspas taking an aggressive line. He's got the op, and that's exactly where they're headed. Crosshair, steady, right onto Howdong, and he's gonna get away. I mean, this is death by 1,000 cuts.
30 seconds
they have
left.
slowly and meticulously picked EDG apart.
Another off angle.
It's just Smoggy by himself now. And given the financial situation, he's not going to be able to carry the rifle into the next round. Loud get to 8. EDG are in serious trouble here.
That's just gorgeous movement right there coming out of Osbos. Taking the off angle on a deep line in B main at the end of that round. And I want to draw attention also to the shot that he missed. He's directly below market. That's a, the crosshair placement of someone peeking that angle, Doug, is high.
Yeah.
So everything he did here, using updrafts almost like a dash. This is the Osbos we know and love in Americas.
You see the buyout from EDG, the repercussions of the previous round. It's just one rifle for Howdong. Couple of Stingers and Spectres.
They didn't break the darts. They didn't break the darts.
And that very well could be their demise. Osbos is here as well. Kong falls as Osbos somehow hits the second. He's going for the third. The shorty connects, but Howdong punches back. 3v2, and again, it's just Howdong with a rifle. Smoggy's brought back up. All he's got is a Spectre, though.
Yeah, they really didn't retrieve very much, even though they grabbed those 2 frags. The op remains down. This is going to be a super difficult round here for EDG. This alarm bot is still up in mid. They haven't dealt with that.
And remember, this is very similar to the previous round where you mentioned there's no entry.
Yeah.
So it all goes out onto Howdong to create the space.
Very well played. Loaning Omen smokes over to this B site. The KO knife clears out B main. The alarm bot's holding mid. So they are feeling super comfy, stacking the A site with 2 right now.
See the lockdown investment.
30 seconds left.
Sadak opting to get the Odin instead of the operator, now rotating through.
Double Omen smokes heaven, gives them a lot of space. Chichu debates going into door.
Spike planted.
Second thoughts.
Yeah, timing's ahead of this. I mean, they get the spike down and they're happy to give up the space.
Oh, for sure. They can defend this from main. This is a winnable round here for EDG.
Howdong with no more smokes, but he does have ult. Keep an eye on that. Does he make an aggressive play? Does he try to get behind them? See the spam not connecting. Tui's on the tap, and now the paranoia to push forward.
Still not halved.
No real intentions of going elsewhere. Sadak dropped Tui's though on the counter. It's very nice. EDG are making a run at this.
They're gonna double swing, Doug.
Less 1v2. Oh, and they didn't double swing. They didn't double swing at all, but it's okay. Oh, Howdong with 3 and EDG with 4.
Switching sides.
Oh my goodness. Another nail biter of a situation.
That was robbery by EDG to win that 4th round. Much needed going into their defensive half.
Let me take a look at it one more.
It's just the spam.
Dude, you said it earlier, Sean. Sometimes you really are better lucky than good. And when things are connecting that way, to stay in this fight, again, the defensive side of Ascent should be favored. Loud amass a good lead, but EDG are sticking in this. We had the opportunity to talk with Tui's a little bit earlier, and let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Acho que a gente tá se sentindo bem, tipo, um pouco triste pós-jogo, né, normal. Mas acho que a gente jogou bem, teve muitos rounds cruciais que a gente perdeu. Acho que a gente tava acertando bastante coisa também. Mas tem muito mérito também da Paper Rex, jogo grande assim, no detalhe. Acho que talvez eles surpreenderam talvez só ir mostrando a comp diferente na Lotus, sabe? Mas isso não foi o key point, sabe? Eu acho que a composição de Fênix a gente já esperava, era mais a Lotus mesmo, que a gente não tinha informação sobre eles. Mas também o Fênix na mão do Jing, ele é um jogador que joga muito bem com o boneco e trouxe alguns rounds pro time. Eu acho que foi mais, não é mais sobre o agente, era mais sobre o mapa ter feito algo diferente, sabe? O clutchzinho que os caras ganharam, que fez toda a diferença, sabe? Mas foi um bom jogo.
Just absolutely beeline it into the B sides. Les here with the Sheriff, and that is beautiful.
Acho que vai ser um jogo bem legal. Eles têm um estilo de jogo diferente também. Eles também estão crescendo bastante no campeonato, são um time muito forte. Acho que o principal ponto forte deles, acho que é a individualidade deles. Acho que eles têm 5 caras que são muito bons individualmente e trazem muito round aleatório. Também eles têm um estilo de jogo agressivo também, gostam de fazer plays. E esse é um jogo que você tem que ficar ligado. Temos mais uma chance e vamos mostrar o que a gente vê, porque a gente tá aqui, sabe, fazer o nosso. Se divertir. Queria dizer também que a gente está muito preparado para representar o Brasil nesse campeonato e eu quero a torcida de todo mundo. É difícil representar aqui com apoio contra, mas eu quero que vocês continuem torcendo por nós.
Loud left their stamp on that first half. They're up 8-4, leading into the second half of Ascent, but now they're on the attacking side, Sean, and that's a different beast, man.
It is. We've seen Loud struggle here, and they have struggled here very, very recently. This is a half for the star players of EDG to really come online. The defensive half of Ascent, very, very easy half to play. Oh, the Dart gets a ping. They know this is a B hit, and they have the stack, Doug.
Oh, it's actually Aspas who goes aggressive.
No way.
There's no way. You're absolutely right. Nobody wasn't even looking. Kawanzin and Aspas, the tandem duo to drop a couple in twoies, flies across the screen to get another. Howdong and Smoggy, the only 2 remaining, and it's all on to Howdong there. Not gonna connect. The attack side pistol is beautiful for Loud.
Nobody is wall riding right there like it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater. He's so blind. So blind. The Util coming in from Loud was perfect right there. I actually can't wait to see this on the replay. It's just, he was dead. I'm not going to get it, but good God, that Util had to be so insane. They cut open B site so easily.
It was a decisive...
After can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it either. It was a decisive round from Loud. And that nets them the ever-important pistol.
Yeah, the mid-stack for EDG. This is a very desperate play. And Tui's immediately sees it. That's going to cause a speed up here towards A, potentially. No, they think better of it. The knife comes in. Doesn't really get anything.
Well, you got to be careful here because Chichu is left mid.
Yeah, look where
all he has is a ghost.
Got to. He might end up falling here, though.
It's a little messy at the beginning, but Les finally connects. And there's Chichu at the timing. Remember, all he has is a ghost.
But he has all of the info, and you can see EDG it's a foot race to this B site. They'll have the stack here. I don't know if Loud will be aware of that.
I mean, maybe a foot race, but you really don't have the weaponry to punch back.
No, but he is so close right now, Doug.
Aspas taking space and taking Smoggy down too. He's gonna catch both of them. This is just so free.
Yeah, and with the turret holding the flank right now, Loud, super aware of Chichu's positioning.
Yeah, they know. I mean, Tui's just expecting it. He's ready. He was waiting. A prime game and flawless comes through for Loud as they balloon their lead. Now 6 rounds.
We are officially in must-win territory. This is the game. If EDG were to lose this bonus, it's over.
Yeah. This is about as close to a must-win round as you could possibly get. Again, it's facing a 6-round deficit. They've got Gunzo and they have armor this time.
Looking to take this initial fight into Cat.
This is messy. You got to be careful. Loud Spy is actually really strong here.
Very
it's just
strong.
one Spectre.
late Omen one way coming in. Haldong TPing into line. And they have a 3-stack on the A site with a deep alarm bot into mid. The double push coming out of B main.
Chichu once again taking a lot of space, but Concom feeling some of the pressure.
Chichu might be able to punish less here.
I thought for just a moment there would have been a window for him to be able to play around, but no, Sonic pushes forward. Concom has to give the space back.
Doug Les is so aware.
But can he deal with him? The first drop, the second spotted. Nobody bests him. And meanwhile, all of that was going on. Haldong had gotten into a cheeky little spot in Wine. That could have been the difference maker, but he was dealt with too. Sean, it feels like Haven is inevitable at this point.
It does indeed. This would require some real heroics for EDG to bring back this game. I actually don't even know if the play for nobody could be to go for this, actually, just because it might be a better chance of him winning that 1-on-4 than this comeback.
Yeah. The buy's not going to be great.
The ults are building super quick across the board for Loud, and when those ults come online, it's almost a free round.
Yeah, I mean, this snowball is very quickly becoming an avalanche. 3 rounds in a row for Loud. You mentioned the ultimate situation. They've got money to work with for days.
Yes. And you can see EDG very aware of this. They're buying into this round. They know they cannot give up 12. The comeback would be near impossible from that moment on.
And we've been teetering on the edge of that for so long already. Concom playing in that smoke mid, and he's got a little bit of help behind him. All there is a turret on B.
This B side, it is on the verge of being lost.
I mean, it is ripe for the taking. Smoggy trying to find the timing. Not able to do so as Aspas aggresses. My goodness. That was just beautiful.
He's taking the perfect space. No one in defender spawn right now. Haldong rotating from mid. They deal with Kong in market.
Tried dashing back and just dashed his way into the next round. Meanwhile, they're trying to fight for B main space. Chichu's dealt with, but just Haldong and nobody there remain. They both have rifles. And there are a lot of members weak on the side of Loud, but the crossfire setup that they have is just so devastating. Even if you drop a couple, there are layers to Loud setup. Loud get to map point.
12-4. No timeouts. We got to remember, after took both of those timeouts in the first half, when things were looking dire, and honestly, it didn't help. In the grand scheme of things, we're sitting now at 12-4. Easy round by Loud, shown right there. They're laughing about it.
When you've got a Loud who's this confident, who's this in control, laughing with elimination, hovering over, it's a scary sight. But they're just up so big right now. Yeah, EDG's able to amass another buy.
Gets a little bit of info there for nobody. So that's going to trigger the drone to clear back up B main. They see the Killjoy turret here. They recognize now it is a Killjoy Sova setup here. I don't know if they're going to read that. Smoggy is a third player in this site. He's ready to break this lockdown.
Between the nano, yeah, that's very nicely done.
I like to see that out of EG. That shows me right there, their heads are still in this game.
Yeah.
They are really thinking through what Loud is capable of, what their ult plays could be. That was a very good counter, given where we are in this game.
It's going to take a whole lot more than that, though.
Oh, yeah. I do think, though, the alarm bot location, very spicy. That could latch onto Aspas, and they could follow that for a kill, but he goes up and over into the site.
And right into Smoggy's lap, right into his crosshair, too. Sonic with the counter, though. They still have mid control. Nobody trying to peek out, and Kawanzine is just so much better in that situation.
Player standing.
And again, as things go back and forth like that, when you're down in numbers, yeah, it's up to 0. Kong almost gets both. Less with 2 HP. Kong keeps it alive. The Red Bull clutch for EDG.
That's the moment we've been looking for EDG. Kong with the star player moment when they need him most, keeping them in this game right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remind, this is the defense side of Ascent. I know that's a lot of cope. There's a lot of cope in me saying that, but I have seen crazy things happen on this map.
Enemy remain.
once these star players from EDG get activated, once they start feeling out the pace of the rounds that Loud is trying to accomplish, I think they could flip this on its head.
Get out of my way.
First, they need to really get through these ults. Look at the ults on Loud right now.
Just one step taken and a marathon left to run for EDG. And you're right, those ults can be devastating.
This is certainly looking like an A pop here. The flash is coming in from Sadok to clear out main, but ooh, L-times counter knife. The flash catches out on. They found it. 3 on 5. We're about to probably get the null command.
Nobody with the ult. Kong with the first. Chichu can get that kill. Maybe there's a shot at this, but again, a 2vx.
One enemy remaining.
That just goes from bad to worse.
Chewy's with the perfect Omen, but he cancels. They just want to close it out on this A side.
And that seems inevitable once more. I mean, nobody is just getting peppered from every single side possible. Loud dominate EDG on their map pick and take us to Haven. And what a performance that was, Sean.
What a bounce back. That is some champion pedigree right there coming out of Loud after how brutally close the first map was to come back and dominate EDG on their map pick and bring it to Haven where they run the Harbor Viper.
13-5, and folks, we've got Haven on the cards. We'll see you guys on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, what a time for Loud to show up and secure a dominant victory on Ascent against EDG. I'm your host, Yingsu, and I'm back here with Mimi. And Brian, I asked you this question after map 1. How did EDG manage to win Vine? I'm going to throw you the same question here, Mimi. How did Loud manage to roll EDG that hard?
I think 2 factors. First of all, I think EDG looked really unprepared to play against this comp on their attacking side. They had a lot of rounds where they're trying to just do one-stage executes, throwing Kung in really fast into these hits. And Loud is just a team who's so excellent at supporting those anchors, punishing those dive players, and they did that consistently. And I just felt like EDG were running out of ideas. Yeah. In the mid-round, I didn't feel like they were that proactive at re-clearing space. Instead, it was just kind of sit outside of sight, wait for our util to recharge, and then go into these side execs that were constantly being shut down.
Yeah, they were dominating. I mean, Loud of the side execs over towards B, they were just hammering at home every day of the week. But, you know, like we were mentioning over and over again, Loud's biggest strength so far in this tournament has been a lot of their pistol rounds and bonus round conversion. It's been giving them a huge lead. And this pistol round, there was nothing real, clever being used, but it does highlight the example that, you know, Loud were just finding that weakness in the defensive setups of EDG and hammering it home over and over and over again. Consistently after this round, they just found that weakness because the anchoring players could not hold on. The flooding was coming in a little bit too late by EDG. If you're going to play this play style with the anchoring players, you've got to be on point of it with the util, like in terms of just KO flashes over the top to support those players, smokes to supplement and then partition it up, and then the bonus round conversion just sealed it all.
Yeah, it absolutely did. One thing that does worry me for EDG into the final map now, Haven, of this series, is that I feel like they were trying to go for quite a few flood retakes on their defensive side of this map that looked really uncoordinated and seemed more like it was just players trying to make plays and taking risks that didn't really work out for them. And in that way, this second map reminds me a lot of the EDG versus EG series we've already seen, where they have a super close map 1, they pull it off, and then they go into the next map and things start to kind of snowball out of their control.
Yeah, I really need to see a bit of a bounce back, I think, from EDG as a team. Because I do worry. I said it right at the beginning when we were looking at the map veto. Just, it feels like it favors Loud pretty heavily. Like Ascent, we knew they were going to be favored. That's why it was so dominant, I think, partially as well, because EDG just couldn't come up with the answers to stop the repeated hits as well on top of it that Loud were spotting out. But then onto Haven as well as a different ballgame entirely.
Yeah, let's talk about Tui's and Kawazini real quick, because they're the players that don't have this trophy. Bren, their teammates, they won it last year, but these two, they are hunting for their first.
They're playing like they want that trophy. They really are hunting for that first one, and we're seeing significant step-ups in form as well. There's been 1 or 2, slip-ups per map as well. You give them 1 map per tournament, I feel like, where they don't have a good show of things. But it has just been pure consistency, pure class from Kawazini in 2 years.
And you talk about the championship pedigree of this team, of winning last year, of always being a top squad internationally, and it really does feel like it's just been instilled into these two young guys by their teammates, just like the rest of their team. On Ascent, map 2, after having some rough moments, bounce back. Cowanzine, crazy great supportive utility for his anchors, tons of these late round step-ups. He was clutching up on Bind, he was clutching up on this map as well, and it's the same to be said about Tui's. I feel like he always really goes under the radar, but he's just a consistently solid controller player that every tournament he has at least a few of those moments where he's closing out big rounds, big games for Loud.
Yeah, you can see how comfortable they were on Ascent as well. And speaking of comfort, the Harbor Viper, we got to talk about it as we move on to Haven. They're not going to be more comfortable or anything else except for that. I know you both have a little bit of concerns on as to how EDG should deal with
Yes, they need to adapt their playbook in terms of if they're going up against this Viper Harbor. If we end up seeing that for Haven as a map, because Loud are so good at this. They have so many different looks, but you do need to adjust it. If you end up playing the Breach and the Sova, you have to actively try and pick and choose timings to flank if you're not going to flood defense on sites. It's hard to do. It's 3 sites on Haven. You can't flood defense everything. That's just the way the map plays out. So you need to be on point when it comes to flanking, picking and choosing the right timings with that. You need to adjust your setups as well. I've seen lots of teams play against this comp, and they weren't adjusting the way their Breach plays on the defense side, and the Breach players constantly getting cut off by Viper walls, and they don't know where to stand. It was infuriating to watch. I need to see evidence that EDG have done their homework, and they know how to go up against this composition.
It's also really difficult because you have to play those set retakes. If you try and flood retake versus Harbor Viper, especially over towards that A site, there's so much stall utility. There's 2 characters with mollies, there's 2 characters with smokes completely stalling you out, that if you try and use that breach stun, the aftershock combo that you're normally doing towards Hell, you're just going to run out of utility and lack that second stage. So this is going to be, I think, the biggest test for EDG here. They've shown that they're a competitor, that they can compete at this level, but now they're up against a composition, a style that they don't normally have to play against, and they either have to, I think, change their comp or really change the style in the way that they already play their Breach Sova composition.
Yeah, we don't want to see what happened against EG as well, where, like you said, maybe they win map 1 very, very closely and then completely drop the ball map 2 and 3. But looking at the players on stage, they look very, very dialed in, focused. They're ready to go because, Bren, if they don't win this map, they're going to be going home and they're going to be coming top 6, which is a great achievement for them, but they're not going to be able to push past the top 4.
I mean, exactly right, Sue. I think this is a heartbreaker either way that the series ends up landing, because either we, get to see Loud exiting far earlier than we really want, I think, for a team to get that chance, that, back-to-back championships for winning that title, or EDG don't break through their own personal objectives of making top 4 in a tournament, potentially going even deeper.
Well, let's take a look at where we're going to go for the Prime Gaming Agent Select. Of course, we talked about the Viper Harbor a lot. Mimi is going to come out here.
It's going to be the same comp for Edward Gaming. A lot of what we were talking about with this comp was the defensive side. Edward will start on the attack here, and this is where I think you also do run into some issues. Loud's comp is really good for taking extremity control, scaling down long with the cascade, really making you think about where you're pushing in. It's also really good to support anchors and allow you to flood, especially on the C site. Watch Tui's throw up a wall in front of his teammate on the site to get everyone back in together. It's, again, really going to be me looking at these 2 initiator players, Nobody and Smoggy, and the timing they choose to use their utility against this Loud comp.
Yeah, I mean, Loud are just a masterclass team. I think when I think of them on Haven in particular with this composition, they have so many different looks on it. They're starting on the defense side. It's the attack side that I'm most impressed with when I look at Loud play this one. But I'm just praying from the bottom of my heart that EDG have come to this prepared and ready to play against this comp, because if they aren't, it might be a repeat of the second map that we've already seen, just a one-sided affair.
This is a huge test for Edward Gaming to try and make their deepest run, to make it into the top 4, try and go further here in Champs LA. Louder, of course, though, the reigning champion. They probably feel so little pressure here. This is where they are comfortable, and if they can close out here, they have an opportunity to defend their title deeper into this tournament.
Well, it all comes down to this. This is the map that's going to decide which team will be moving on in the competition. I'm going to send this back over to your casters, Doug and Sean, to take us through.
Thank you so much, Jinsu. Yeah, elimination on the line, and of course it would be one map to decide it all. And there are so many conversations we can have already, Sean, right? We've got to talk about Harbor Viper. We've got to talk about EDG's comp that they run on Haven and the question marks that can kind of come up with it. How does Kong find value against this double wall comp? There are so many things to cover, Sean.
There's a lot of things that are going against EDG early.
Yeah.
But we do not see a lot of ciphers going into the Harbor Viper. I think Chichu, when I watched him play Haven, his lurks, in particular towards Garage, towards B, towards C, the left side of the map actually, are phenomenal. He opens up so many mid-rounds for EDG. On the other hand, someone like Nobody with this Sova will probably struggle to find value. Right off the bat, we see a triple challenge here on this A long position and a retake wall cutting across C and Garage.
And as soon as they see that, the Harbor wall goes up. You've got an alarm bot on the other side, but hang on. Kong has gotten behind it. He's gotten past it.
Spam kill.
He's got to be able to find some value, though, because he's left by himself, and he can't convert. Even with the fault line there, nothing is found. Less on the swing. He's already gotten 3 on the round. The 4th. Aspas takes the ace, but it's a flawless round for Loud.
And the Harbor Viper reigns supreme for Loud. This is the team that innovated this comp. They brought it to VCT Americas, and everyone followed suit like sheep. And they dominated everyone week in and week out. And this is how they did it. Constant harassment into the site through the smokes. Great positioning across the map. Good timings on the high tide coming out of Tui's. And again, the triple challenge on A. But now we have the Viper shifting over here. This is different.
Where was that dart headed? Sadok's getting the first. There we see the dart land, but
one enemy remaining.
As soon as the dart falls,
Spike
EDG's
down
bodies fall
A.
with it. Nobody's left by himself. This wasn't a flawless round, but it was as close as you could possibly get.
Right, if you took a couple blinks, a long blink, you missed that round.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that gets you a check on bingo.
Are we doing that today? I don't think I saw that.
I don't think so. That was pretty banging, though.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
EDG now in a position where they have to punch back. Nobody's the only one who's collected a frag up until this point, but they've got rifles. They have full armor on Nobody and Kong respectively.
Another shift, though, coming out of Loud. We're going to see a Cascade likely coming into lobby, a Sky Guiding Light as well. They've moved Aspas on this C site. Ooh.
They're ahead of this.
They're going to just aggro into this.
What do they have? Konzine has a flash. They could pop and fight on the other side of the smoke.
They think twice.
So do EDG, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
What are they looking for?
I think EDG is just poised for a re-aggress on long here. You can see they have a high-low with Kong and Smoggy.
Yeah, the spike is on the opposite side. It just rotated all the way to double doors.
Chichu's just trying to break some Killjoy utility, and I think he needed some help from Nobody right there. But this is definitely going to be an A play. Here's that high tide cutting across both bricks, long and short. Yeah, such a powerful piece of util.
On long, though, Kong was already ahead of it, so Smoggy can disrespect that wall.
Oh, this fault line's going to catch two. Kong could really tee off on these side players if the timing's right.
You've got Sadok back site, though, who's now flashed, and they still haven't found their way out. That paranoia.
He's
now
vulnerable.
You see the aftershock. Now they continue to funnel their way out, but they've all tucked. This could be disaster! Kong's already taken care of. Tui's with the cove in his face, tries to spam through and deny the plant, but he can't. EDG with a ferocious take of the site.
30 seconds left.
Les and Tui's by themselves. And it's all on to Les. He cannot convert. EDG are on the board.
They played such a delicate round. Masterfully right there. I mean, once all of those stall smokes were going in left side sight, people were funneling in on that wall, coming out of V-Link. That was a very difficult round, and you can see Smoggy swinging, grabbing two as a breach. Oh, must-win bonus round for EDG. But now, the op comes out. Aspas back at this A site, and again, this is where the hit's gonna be coming. The breach util will come in on long A.
There it is, pushes him off the early angle, even does catch him.
He's coming back.
EDG filling on the space behind it, but is the flash gonna be enough? Oh, goodness, again, such a delicate dance.
They got the dash out. The dash out of Aspas is what's likely gonna stop him from playing super aggressive on this A site. They break again. It's the Killjoy util. They're messing with the rotations right now. Chichu's so good on this lurk roll. The drone likely gonna come in garage right now.
To clear out Les's position. Yeah, there's the cam too. A consideration on the drone.
We're looking at a garage split right now, and I'm worried for this spike. I am very worried for Nobody getting caught in garage.
Sadok is here to help too. They should know now. Yeah, they know now. They know that both are here. Les with an aggressive peek and the spam through onto Chichu. He tries to connect, but look at Kong Kong. Look at the ratty play, but Les was aware.
This is all just a ruse. They're going A, but there's so much noise given to Aspas. Look at the rotate.
Remember, he still has an op. He's going to be the one to control short. He's the only one on site right now.
I think they realize he could be short. They know. But can they do anything about it?
The lockdown's going to be a problem. He's going to have to fight his way out of this. He tries to get some high ground, tries to go up top and conceal himself, and he can't. EDG deal with him.
It's a great plant, though, Doug. Look, it's a plant for long with the lockdown. They can play this.
They fill behind the space. Chichu playing in short, both of them walled off. They got a cascade, they've got a high tide.
The cove.
Oh, and he can't even get it to half. Sonic didn't get half. It's all on the Kalanzine, and he can't deliver either.
They've done it. These A site holds by EDG. Oh my gosh, they are so ready for the util, the way they're playing in these mid rounds that are so difficult. Loud is throwing everything at them. The fact that they locked down with Aspas nested in short, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
That was an incredible play by Loud. That's countered again by EDG. And EDG now have Loud on the ropes economically.
That was such a massive round from Chichu there. Dealing with Aspas, getting the second kill from short. And of course, we're right back into it this time. It seemed like Tuis was trying to take an aggressive line down short. Nothing but a sheriff here. Kalanzine the only one with the better gun.
We have that cascade coming up long. Loud creeping. What is the response from EDG when this cascade falls? Cypher cam, beautiful by Chichu.
Oh, that's a bad way to die. That's a horrible way to die. In the Trailblazer, aftershock, darted, everything. Aspas playing inside the smoke. He has nothing but a sheriff here. Dodges the paranoia somehow. Do they know he's there? I don't think they know. Oh, they didn't know.
I know exactly.
Let's get
Read
some
a
first,
second,
but
no
again.
way, they can't read this.
Oh my gosh.
Caged.
But he runs out of ammo. Dealt serious damage onto Chichu there, and I thought Aspas had a shot at it for just a moment.
What an unreal round. Just the util from Chichu alone entering this A site. Caged Aspas like a rat. How did he know?
Les was able to get, well, I mean, this was just so unfortunate if you're Kalanzine. I mean, they spot you with the cam, you're forced into a Trailblazer, and then you're aftershocked, you're darted, everything. That was just miserable. But again, Aspas was in a position there off of Les getting a kill with the sheriff because he was also gone undetected.
Yeah.
He had also gone undetected, excuse me. Had a shot at it and avoids disaster. Early timeout called here by Fraud.
Very early, but much needed. These 3 rounds all lost at the A site. As an in-game leader, this is the dream for EDG. They've opened up the playbook massively. They've proven they can take this A site at will. So Loud now has to adjust. They have to be ready to hold A. Do they have a flood retake planned with maybe getting a Harbor ult online? You know, Seeker's 1 off now at this point. There's a lot of things they could do. But EDG, the fakes now are opened up massively in their playbook. This is an IGL's dream moment.
I think the question is, do they lean into that? Right? Do they use that to their advantage? Because you're right, it feels like they're running circles around Loud right now. If you know that you have that advantage, yeah, throw a little curveball in there and see what happens. You can see the different look is out of Loud. 2 members towards A. In Tuis and Kalanzine. And it is an op in the hands of Aspas, and it almost seems like they're expecting a C hit here.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame Frog. But they're just going to keep at what's working, and I respect this massively for EDG. This is a hard decision to make as an in-game leader, to keep just doing what's working until they can stop it.
If it ain't broke.
Nobody going to help Chichu now get this garage control, break the alarm bot, make sure this nano's out of the play. There's the smoke right on top of Les's lap. You can see the nano's burned.
That was really nice.
This is so well played right now by EDG. The pressure they are putting on this left side of the map again. That changes everything, but nobody taking less out. The alarm bot's now down in Garage. This 3-player A setup has to break.
You expect them to flip here. That Trailblazer only spotted one, but there was a flash over the top when that high tide was still up to confirm presence.
Yeah, I think you can see Loud keeping 3 on A now after that Trailblazer. And EDG is aware of it. They're walking away. They've yet to test this C side. The guiding light comes over long, gets no info, and that should be the cue right now for Loud to hightail it quickly across the map, but they're not doing it. They are not biting.
Aspas is already here. Howdong has the spike.
30 seconds left.
It's a fake TP.
Nice. Well
it's a
done.
fake TP, so put a seed of doubt in Aspas's mind. Did he TP across?
And that's going to keep him there tethered onto that area for just a moment. Meanwhile, the rest of EDG is intent on committing onto the site. You see Kong dashing forward. Sada cleans him up, 13 seconds left. They've got to get the spike down. Howdong's trying to do his best, but none of them can see a thing. Cowan holds the site, gets a 3K and gets Loud their third.
How does Cowanteen walk away from that alive? The stack from Loud looked so bold. So unlikely that would happen, watching how the round was playing out. But an overcooked call from EDG. They go back into this A site in the mid-round. Honestly, I can't blame them, Doug. The guiding light went over long, got no info. That's just a hard read by Loud.
And a massive play from Cowanteen, who now has Seekers online. You hear the blades used by Kong at the opening of the round, surrounded by rifles.
And we are not going A this round. There is no chance of an A hit right now.
The alarm bot spotting it. Nobody clear. There's a rolling thunder. And it's just Aspas who's here on the site, but he should be able to get away by the narrowest of margins, gets past the smoke and preserves life. And of course, as Kong wants to push, is there a flash? Is there something for him to scale with?
Seekers and this retake wall. Do they give it up or do they play in front of it? Tough decision to make right now for EDG, but they play up.
Yeah, it seems like they're digging their heels into the sand.
4 players in front of this wall. Seekers go to waste. The Trailblazer comes in, combined with a dart, and Kong remains aggressive.
What are Loud waiting for? What are they looking for? What's the cue? There's the flash. Kong once again dropped off that angle. Cowanteen taking care of nobody at the beginning. And they're going to have this pinch from the other side. They have to deal with Garage as well. And now you see the flood come through from Loud, surrounding Kong, dropping him, leaving Chichu by himself. The retake from Loud is masterful.
EDG played with fire right there, and boy, did they get burned. Cowanteen had a full kit of util. The Seekers come out, the Trailblazer comes out. And just when, Kong thinks the flood is about to happen, a guiding light swing, and that breaks the setup completely. Kong falls down. The player at logs is left pants down. At that moment, it was just curtains. It was over for EDG on that side hold.
There's that flash that you were referring to, or the second, actually. And when you had that presence and the pressure coming in from Garage, it was just too much to deal with.
Huge round for Loud, and now things have changed so much since that timeout. Look at this. EDG, only a shorty on Howdong right now. I mean, what is the play? Is he gonna ult backside B, ult heaven A? What do you do with a shorty?
Turret cleared. Oh, Howdong's in trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble. He had nowhere to go. But he did what he set out to do. He got the spike down. They've invested the Reckoning. They're trying to push him off the site. Meanwhile, Aspas has taken all this space down long. And again, it's a barrage of utility from the defensive side. C's not safe. They're aggressing forward on the site too. They've got him cornered in grass with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Chichu and Smoggy left alone as Sadak holds a defuse by himself. Another decisive round from Loud.
The ult value coming in from Loud right now is just too much for EDG to handle. The round prior, it was the Seekers. There, it's the Reckoning. And even though nobody was able to step in front of it, he was all alone. There was no one to support, no one to trade. And now, Edward Gaming, they have a really, really hard time now because Loud has answered back so strongly. After takes this timeout, we're sitting at 5-3. Loud on this defensive half. I don't think things are going to get easier next half.
No, I agree with you completely. And you imagine after feel some of that presence, some of that pressure, understanding the severity of the moment and what looms over your shoulder. Again, elimination. for the team that loses this map.
Yeah.
The dreams of a year gone to waste, and nothing but questions of what could have been.
And it's moments like this, Doug, where you look at EDG and it's been silent so far, but we've yet to see the op come out for Kong. And I think we see it over on our side. It's coming. But can he find that shot? He is playing attack against the Harbor Viper right now.
It's just so difficult.
It is very, very difficult to find that first blood. He is an incredible player with this weapon, but he is going to have to really pull something out of the bag here. They're going back to the tried and true A default.
You gotta remember all the success that EDG had on this site and how it's just gone so awfully awry since.
Yes, and here's the cascade coming through the wall from Tui's. Guiding light to get some info at lobby. Simultaneously, less of all. That's not even Ospas. He's pushing down mid as the Killjoy.
It's just mad the value that he's able to find consistently. And look at that harbor wall and how pesky that would be to deal with.
Crazy.
That's actually insane.
It's annoying approaching short A. There could be someone behind it on the box. It's annoying getting into short A because it blocks that line. It also blocks front B. They're baiting you into Ospas right now.
EDG waited out, and it seems like they set their sights back towards A. But there are 3 members of Loud here.
But the Omen blind combined with this fault line. Loud again is going to try to nest on this left wall with the Viper orb up. There it is.
Sadak taking a step back. You see both mollies denying entry, at least initially, or attempted to delay. You see Kong gets dashed out. He's got that up, and he lands it right onto Sadak. Can he get much more? Kalantine dancing around as Les gets 3 again. Les is just so consistent, and he's still on the side. Smoggy, can he deliver? No! Les with 4 and Loud with another.
Oh my gosh, what a round from Les. This event, this is a career event by Les. This is someone that won Champions last year, but sitting at 16-4 right now, 9 rounds in on Killjoy.
I feel like I'm getting tired of saying what a round from Les. He's just been so consistent.
I still call him like, it's like,
he's cold.
Yeah. Another op in Kong's hands. And he's already spanned the 17 HP.
So much importance invested. So much power put in the hands of their star. It's a difficult position to play from for the rest of the round. But alas, he is alive. And there's an opportunity here for EDG. It's just a turret towards B right now. But the thing is, you've got Sodak's pit, you've got Les's lockdown too.
I don't think they're going to get anything on this peak at C-Link. You can see, Chichu and nobody have moved their distraction over towards A. The Trailblazer sees both of them, which honestly might keep these 3 people on A, and it does. So the spike will go down here. TP out from Hadong, so clean round right there by him. And here comes the lockdown.
And here comes Kong.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, there it is. Finding value on the attack side with the op, but here's where this becomes a problem. Yeah, you have an op, but when you have all these walls in your face, how do you circumvent that?
Oh no, the Cove.
Les is pushing his way forward too, as he's already gotten a kill. He's still healthy, but he was fault line, he had no shot. Ospas now with the op. Kong, can he find more? Tui's is left by himself, a 1v2, and that op's still in play. Tui's, can he deliver? No!
There we go, Doug. That's our star player, Kong right there, coming up with the operator.
Okay, we know.
Who would have thought? The op saved them with 16 HP, finding 3 frags that round.
Into a Harbor Viper comp.
Into a Harbor Viper comp with the lockdown, with the high tide front B. Ospas guarding everyone from top site. That looks so improbable, but this man is so quick. Look at these shots.
And the pop-off from EDG, you see it on your screens there after they had been quiet for a little while. Showing signs of life, showing that there's still fight left in them. A couple of key ultimates to work with here too, including Smoggy's Rolling Thunder.
The value of the Cypher cam is shown right there, right? The dart broken at long, but Chichu knows. No one swung with that line. You He's going to trip his short push. He's going to put the seed of doubt. You know, someone's peeking long with this cage. They have a breach ult to work with, but first you have to make sure someone like Les isn't walking down B. I think this might be the first time they've tested the C site. I think Haodong might ult back site here. Spot, take Aspas, force him off the line.
Get the tag.
This could very well.
Wait, Kong's going in
the
with the
pace. Oh no, the breach ult's down!
He's going aggressive. He wants to get Aspas, but somehow stays alive. He's
The
still
dart
looking
from
for
nobody.
him.
The dart from nobody was so good!
Where do they go from here? The neural theft invested. EDG looking to get the spike down and should succeed as Kong gets another.
What?
That's all of them. That's a 4K for the star. And he is alive and he is online.
Last round before the switch.
And heading into this last round, Loud are broke. The script has just been ripped to shreds. EDG rallying. Once this op got in Kong's hands, things really turned around.
What a shot.
Insane. Oh, the breach ult's still in pocket for Smoggy, and that will be worth its weight in gold. A Judge close garage. We've seen the Judge really pop off this event, Doug.
2 ults for Loud. Important ones. I feel like Sadak has had that pit for a while.
Oh, didn't spot Aspas top left box.
Are they going to push him? Nobody's the one who would do it. There's a Rolling Thunder in the face of the pit. And you instantly see the pit goes up, the wall goes up to try to protect what resources they have. They drop the Seekers too. You've got to be careful here. There are only 2 members out on site. Kong just now arriving. And they've taken the site.
It's 4v4, but the pit down short. Just gonna pretend like it's not there.
They throw the brakes on the round. Finally commit to the plant.
Oh, he could potentially lurk out. So you can see Haodong now has to be aware of that. They
He's
ping it.
I mean, they can also use that ult to try to get info on what's happening in the pit.
Not a lot of util though from Loud. How do they enter this site? The timing needs to be immaculate.
Such a tense moment.
Oh, they split it in half.
You see Les up in heaven, seeing what he can find, but he's smoked off for now. And he's just so patient. He's still up there waiting at the smoke.
No.
There it is. It subsides. Smoggy now from in hell, looking for another one to take.
The ball is so good!
Oh, it's going to be perfect. He spots the first, but Sadak goes unchecked. Haodong 1v2 in the pit, looking for them, and they're there, but Sadak turns at just the right time.
No time!
But there is no time. You're absolutely right. What a round. What a half.
EDG! Come out of the half with 6! I don't know how they did it. I do not know how they did it. But here we are, even game. This is anyone's series right now. The loser goes home.
Dude, what a play.
The hero plays from both of these teams are off the charts.
Haodong getting the kill and the diffuser secured the round.
You could see how much it means to Kong screaming.
Unbelievable. A 6-6 half. 1 half to decide it all. Yinsu, take it away.
Oh, what a map this is. We were a little bit worried about what EDG are going to do against this Viper Harborcom, and they pulled it back, Mimi, despite some of the incredible retakes we saw from Loud.
The first part of this half, I thought Loud was just going to run away with this. It was going to be the same story as that EG game for EDG, but that was not the case whatsoever. Still, these retakes were incredible. Loud started off with the read that they were going to play these really fast flood retakes against EDG, and I thought EDG was punishing them quite well. Then they went for these slower, more structured retakes that were working great. The thing is, though, look at the number at the bottom. It ended up with only 2 out of 7 because of these last few rounds for EDG that were utterly ridiculous, Brent.
Yeah, and I think that there was those adaptations, the hero plays by EDG. It is insane that we are here at a 6-6 half. I'm starting to be a bit of a believer. I'm starting to have hope. I really thought that Loud was just going to take control of this one if EDG didn't come in with a prep, but it is 6-6 in an elimination game. I mean, Sean was going on about it for good reasons. There is so much on the line here with these 2 teams, and I cannot believe they managed to pull it back to this point. point, it is still anyone's game for that top 4 spot in Champs.
But the second half changes a lot. It's again this question of how can EDG contend with this composition? How have they changed their ideas on this half to be able to deal with the Harbor Viper, a style that they're not used to playing against? If they could win this though, it would be massive. It would be the reigning champions here in 2023 going home in the top 6 so early.
I'm starting to be a believer for EDG that they can do this because they've already shown evidence that they can adjust. They adjusted in the second half of that first one, and I'm just looking forward to this series, man. I mean, I just want to see more here. This is going to decide our top 4.
Yeah, potentially the most important pistol round in both of these teams' careers here. I can't wait to see what we're going to get, Doug and Sean.
Thank you so much, Jinsu. Yeah, just a couple of moments away from kicking off this second half, and I've got to very quickly remind everyone these two teams have danced before with everything on the line, and it was EDG who came out on top.
We haven't been to map 3 before yet, and this is where Loud, the championship pedigree, comes to life. Oswald's with that Sheriff on this opening pistol, the wall cutting across to allow Alert come into A. Cascade to deny info long, but nobody's dart triple pings, and that allows this stack C to exist.
Sadak is taking so much space with the fall line and the paranoia. Do they fly out behind it?
That's a one-way. If that goes down, they push Loud off.
Dude, meanwhile, Sadak, all the space that he had down long gets denied too. He's got to take a step back.
This is rolling to A though, and nobody is all alone.
But he's ahead of it, and he's healthy, and he's got a frenzy. No armor on any of the members on the attacking side.
This is very bold.
Do they dare challenge? Oh, they do. Aspas, though, the Sheriff is better. How much more can they find? The spike is going to flip once more.
Oh, God. This is where the Harbor Viper reigns supreme. Doug, look at this. They've manipulated the rotations everywhere. The only thing EDG have going for them is this cam on B. The high tide comes in, locks EDG out of the sight. Smoggy does have a fault line. The 2 cloudbursts onto Kang will allow potential defuse to come in, but this lurk from less.
Yeah, the timing on that is mad.
Oh.
There's a shot at it, though. It's just that the 2 of the members of EDG that are still up are so weak. 59 and 20 HP. Aspas spotting the first, and you see that ping pong swing. First, it's Aspas, then Kawanzina on the flip. He's already gotten 3 on the round. The 4th is there. It's up for grabs, and he finds it. Pistol in favor of Loud.
The manipulation of the rotations. Once nobody fell in that A site, it was like Sadak knew exactly what to do to just rip EDG to shreds on this pistol, taking the C site with that high tide, locking them out, the orb onto spawn. The likelihood of this retake at that point just collapses. EDG now. That was a super important pistol, and Fraud definitely knows that.
But still the opportunity at something.
A little bit of a trap play here. Fault line peek for nobody. Here we go.
Sadak's stunned, but there is a little bit of help. You've got Les watching over his shoulder. The Trailblazer towards A.
Do they come in? Yeah, that Trailblazer saw 3 to 4 people.
I don't think they want the heat, man.
Oh, they're gonna...
Look at that. They've set the line of scrimmage in short.
This could be a bit stubborn by Loud.
Are they going to be punished? It's tough to say.
Dude, they are pushing them.
Yeah, they are. They're so weak, too. That flash should have hit everyone. I mean, it should just be open season on members of EDG, and that's exactly what it is. Kong left by himself. Tui's gets the 3rd.
Woo! Look at the HPs remaining, though. 18 and 19 on Tui's and Les, respectively. Jeez, that got really scary for Loud.
So you see the gun difference on full display.
Yeah.
And you just imagine if EDG had a little bit more to work with in that situation, what could have happened?
Would you look at this, Doug? Kawanzina, because of that pistol, he already has Seekers online. And with this double control, with Harbor Viper, manipulating the rotations, using the Sky Util to know if people are in front of him. So you can see right now, we have a triple setup towards mid. The Viper lurking down with this wall on short A. There's a trap play with Smoggy, but it really won't even matter, right? The Harbor wall cuts across Garage as well as left side B. That combines with the Viper wall. So there's a lot of pressure on B right now. And Garage. And Sadak has lurked up short A.
I thought for a second there, Kong was just going to peek on the other side of the harbor wall, but he waits a little bit, and they actually invest the paranoia for him to take the line.
No, dog, Seekers are definitely going to be popped right now. And this site, I don't know how EDG can hold it. The Cascade comes into spawn. The Orb is likely going to go into spawn. The Snake Bite also to lock them out.
Oh, and the spam out, Chichu falls.
God.
Are you expecting Smoggy here? He saw his full utility. Still has fault line, still has everything. Yeah, they do. I mean, they expect it all. Aspas is so aware. He's so ready for it. Looking for another challenge. They're just cutting their losses, Sean.
Indeed, they are. And I mean, even this is literally dotting your I's, crossing your T's. I mean, Tui's threw a cove down back sight, ready for the potential flood. Just so that way he doesn't get homing blinded, darted, you know, breach, aftershock, breach, flash. There were so many things that can go wrong on these floods into the A site. And that cove really, really puts a wrench in things. Loud with a massive bonus win here, but keeping 3 guns in it for EDG means they will be able to buy into the next, and that is a light win.
Yeah, they've got a shot at this. It's not much of one, but there is a shot. I mean, Aspas up here, understanding that Chichu is there first and then expecting the second peek.
So taking Cloudburst, that dart, and you can see Kong was not at all ready for the...
Perhaps feeling the stress of the moment are the members of EDG.
And there we go. We get it, Doug. The glass cannon up. 9-6 in favor of Loud. They don't even really need to invest. Look at the buy here. This is the 4th round of the half.
They're so bonusing.
Yeah, so they're running it back with another bonus.
What a comfortable situation for them to be in.
There's a trip front B, and there's a quad push A coming in. Alarmbot holding the flank as well as a turret. It's going to be really hard to flank this B site. Cascade to deny the info of B, prevent that early peek. Early dash in.
Dude, they don't even test the possibility of the op on the extremities.
Look at that, though. They orbed and coved the plant. They'll break the cove now. They can play post.
They're droning. The alarm bot spotted. Les is going to be the first one here. Tui's is not far off. Les has to be careful. Kalanzine is now showing up. He has no flashes, though. So it's just going to be a dry gunfight. There's the fault line. Les, patient. Les waiting. And he falls. Kalanzine trying to do what his teammate could not, but in the face of the paranoia, can't deliver either. Louder falling apart here, but it's a 2v2. The op in the hands of Kong delivers. Aspas, can you do it by yourself? Dodging the flash, staying alive. The line is held by Kong. Smoggy getting it to half, and there it is. He's found the timing.
Oh no!
Aspas, can he do it? Dashes forward. Oh my gosh! Aspas, the Red Bull clutch! Loud gets it 10, and that very well may be Dagger.
Oh man, the star duelists. Would you believe it if I told you they met in middle? Oh my God. I can't even believe that. The timing of this swing by Aspas right when Kong leaves the angle. Oh, he can't even believe it. He can't even believe it.
I mean, the money's still so good for Loud. EDG is on the ropes as you could possibly fathom.
Kong pushing through, the Cascade falls to Tui's.
I mean, an aggressive attempt at a play.
Oh, no.
Aspas just getting another kill. And this might be the final verse of the EDG song for the year as Aspas continues to hunt for blood. 4 kills now.
Spike planted.
Chichu just has to sit back and watch.
Chichu now in this impossible 1-on-5, and there you go, the Prime Gaming flawless by Loud. And you could just feel now just all of the air just sucked out of this room. That 1-on-2 that Aspas won. No timeouts in the bank here for EDG.
How does the judge work from that distance, by the way?
The judge can do some silly things.
Yeah, it certainly was that.
The veteran in-game leader hyping up his team, yelling across the stage, and This is where EDG absolutely need to win this round. Kong with the up on this B site. It has been the weak point for the team.
That's big out from Kong.
He's going for more.
Oh,
he hit him.
Oh, he did. You're right. Oh, and the second time is the death blow. Turning the flash as Kawanzin punches back.
Chichu now up close in garage. This will be Trailblaze. I'm fairly certain Kawanzin's about to Trailblaze this. He has a lot to do here.
You're right. Oh, but Kong is there to help. He's already gotten 3 on the round. Blades online for the next. This would be such a ridiculous comeback if they can pull it off. But for now, a round at a time, EDG gets 7.
It's a common saying, Doug, round by round. And that's exactly what EDG has to be telling themselves right now. They get no more words from Coach after. This is all on the players now. They're going to need a lot more from their star players. This off round by Kang's exactly what they needed to get back into this game. I don't think we've seen a C-Plow like this before, Doug. This is going to be a banging round. Look at the setup from the Omen. The Reckoning will certainly be used on this take. This is a very difficult hold, but with the breach here, this is very possible.
Well, it's just the fall line, but you're right. The Reckoning invested. Howdom going aggressive. He pushes into the smoke.
No way, no way, no way.
Slipping. Loud, no idea of what just hit him. Unreal.
Oh, Prime Gaming flawless. They get the Reckoning out of Loud. And just like that, they are absolutely storming back into this game.
The money, though, that Loud have, you see it on your screen right now very quickly. I'm sure we're going to see a replay. There's still so much depth. They've created such a nest egg that they can take a couple of these shots from EDG and still be standing. But honestly, what I just saw in their faces shows that they aren't even thinking about that.
No.
They're not worried about what's on the other side. They're not worried about the money that Loud have amassed. All of a sudden, a spark of hope.
Kong now on this long angle. They're gonna challenge the Cascade yet again. The dart gets a ping and nobody is here.
Aspas has already fallen.
No!
Kawanzin and Les on the counter.
I've got your trail.
That flash was so good. Now Seeker's used. Does Smoggy invest the Rolling Thunder here?
Does he do it? It's no one is even there.
Oh my gosh.
Doug gets wasted.
Much like the Reckoning in the previous round.
The Cypher setup on B, on C, lets them know what's happening in this area, but the cam will go down right now. Sadak has entered garage.
Oh, and I love this. I love this pivot back from Loud. With Sadak's presence being found in C, they commit back to A.
In an Omen breach setup, though, Doug, this is very unlikely to be checked.
You have to clear Smoggy here.
This is very unlikely to be cleared.
No paranoia. Just
He's
the
blind.
flash. Oh my gosh, Smoggy!
Spike down.
Smoggy gets 3! Another disaster for Loud. Sadak has to clutch it back by himself. Can he do so? The leader, the veteran for Loud.
30 seconds left.
Already the recipient of hardware, but he cannot commit this time around.
Smoggy! Can you believe it?
No.
What is that hold? What is that hold? Unreal. Look at this play from the corner. I don't know how he gets the third. Whips into the dark cover. Takes out Tui's. And closes it out with the fourth. Man, my teammates are pretty good. Holy. We absolutely have a game here. And the timeout coming from Fraud here. This is the final timeout from these coaches. After does also get the chance to talk with his team right now. Honestly, he has to be congratulating them on keeping this game alive. The Hunter's Fury on nobody is really nothing to be messed with here on this defensive half. It is great at stalling out plants. Loud has not done a very good job of breaking all this Cypher util, and truthfully, one of the few weaknesses they've found is on the B side. And I think at this point, EDG is very aware. I would love to know what Fraud is saying right now in this timeout. We've seen earlier on in this tournament them take the gloves off and take dry fights. And it worked in spades. But can you do that against a team like EDG?
I don't know, especially with Kong having the op. You mentioned the Hunter's Fury a couple of moments ago. For nobody, that's in play, and this time the op is mid. And it's not just that. I mean, Haodong is here, Chichu's close by.
Doug, nobody is on this site with this Sova ult. It looks like it could be fake pressure, but I will warn you, if this site is lost with this Viper's Pit against the Harbor Viper, the retake, the chances of a win for EDG at that moment plummet. The chances of winning a round with that Viper Pit on this A site, and that's what Loud's aiming to do right now. I think Loud right now are very scared of an aggression across this map. They don't know what to expect right now from EDG. The dart clears long right now, gets no info. It's broken by Aspas after a couple pings. You can see that's kind of confusing Chichu. He's leaning towards this A site. It's looking like we're going into that B pop here, and Kong is here.
Into the op, he's been here the whole time. He was patient at the beginning. The crosshair jiggling, and Kalanzine destroys him. So dependent on that, and it finds no value. Can the rest of EDG deliver? Tui's gets a spike down. Nobody investing the Hunter's Fury. Tui's falls, but they're gonna have to get through the pit. Is there an additional flank? No. It's all gonna be a flood out onto the site. The paranoia is good to at least get Aspas, but Smoggy falls. Aspas looking to deal with him, and he can't. Nobody on the counter. Les still playing from far back. Sadak still with the pit up. All of the onus on EDG right now as Kalanzine has gotten 3. Chichu, the 4th. He's so weak, he's gonna fall. Haodong on the flank, and there's nothing found. Loud stay alive. They get to series point.
And Loud absolutely silence this EDG comeback. Huge round by Kalanzine, taking out the star player. And he, of all people, the young initiator onto this team. Joined after Champions last year, filling the shoes of someone like Saucy. Insane round from Kalanzine right there. Topping the scoreboard when like Les and Aspas are right behind him. Loud now going back into this A default. The dart again, getting a lot of value here for EDG.
That's becoming so troublesome, and we've seen the punish a couple of times, but not this time around.
Doug, I think they're going to take the gloves off and walk up dry here. This is a Loud-esque play. Is Kong going to be aware of this? They are ready to fight. They are ready to brawl.
It's quiet.
4 players in the most ridiculous high-low I have ever seen.
Smoggy has his fault line back. Up in the hands of Kong. Remember, Kalanzine destroyed him in the previous round. Spotted now. Has to dash away. Do they go fast off this? Kong on the reaggress! And this time it's Sadak! The op is down!
The cascade blocks the vision of nobody. Both initiators on this A site have it all to do.
Blinded.
Flash confirming some info. Smoggy! Oh, what was that from Smoggy?
He's got the ult!
And that's, I mean, there's nowhere for them to go.
23 seconds, the Omen blind is here.
Look at where the spike is, man! It's out of reach! There's no way for them to scoop it up! What a play from Smoggy!
10 seconds left.
I mean, the 3K effectively secured the round, but the Rolling Thunder was just icing on the cake.
This A site just seems owned by Smoggy right now. The plays coming out of this man deep into this game. Their tournament lives on the line. After their star opper falls like this to Sadak, holding the tightest angle. Look at this.
30 seconds left.
So steady. So cold. Another massive round. 4 of the last 5 going in favor of EDG.
Kong's gonna push short right now, Doug. This fault line's coming in. He's up.
He's past it, but he's so weak. Oh, they don't know! Again, the dart and the flash! EDG's utility combo into A main is so good, and they're finally punishing Loud for it.
Loud is so persistent. They continue at this A site. Can they take it?
Smoggy once more. Sadak falls. Aspas in less. A 2v4 to potentially stifle this comeback from EDG. Smoggy on the restep. Stays alive. There's the paranoia. Aspas falls. That's another 2. Going down. EDG's still alive.
Just swapping in the fusion
This dart in A lobby. What is it made out of?
Dude, there's no way they go back.
How can they not break this dart?
It's like a ticking time bomb, though. How many times have we talked about it? There's got to be a combo that they're using with the dart, because you see it now. All 3 of them were flashed.
Oh my God, incredible initiator, Yuto, coming out of EDG. And they laid the trap all half long, and at the least expecting time, Kankang pushes up short A. Loud now retreating back into this middle of the map default. Early garage control, the dog comes out. The trip is already broken. Oh
again.
no.
Again. Can magic happen once more?
What?
Oh my gosh,
Get it.
but he didn't
not get
clear it.
Got your trail.
Such a heavy investment. Life on the line to get the lockdown down.
Oh,
they've lost.
Doug, this is the reckoning coming online for Tui. He's waiting for this flood. The orb is down spawn, the cove is in garage. This is where Loud close out games.
Is this it? Are these the final touches on an outrageous series? Callantine on the swing. He's gotten 3 on the round. Smoggy only gets 1. Loud defend the throne. They take down EDG in the rematch.